I'm not very good, but I'm okay.
All right, what's going on? It's the first podcast of 2025, and I was looking at my YouTube
Yeah.
analytics for the year, and I gained quite a few subscribers from my home
Nice.
theater content. So I'm gonna try to start these podcasts with an intro like each time for
Oh
this year.
yeah.
That's my goal for this year. So what's up? Um, you know, Terminator Juice. We got the Juices Loose podcast. We're on year 9. Or wait, year 11. I
No.
mean, year
Oh
11.
my God.
We haven't hit
Oh
the
my God.
this
Nailed it.
summer will be the 11th
I was gonna
year, but
say
we're on that year.
9 because I
10 and a half
my
years.
channel.
Growing up with you guys, and yeah. So
Yeah. For me, literally.
what's up, Donnie? Um,
This guy, yeah, this guy for sure.
got airs. We I was talking about Muhammad earlier. We haven't seen him in the chat in a long time. We were talking about the Apple Vision Pro or whatever, and I think he was
Yeah.
one of the guys that had that. But yeah, what's up, Lenny? Yeah, I think we're gonna try to do the Game of the Year podcast as the 500th, or do a 500th as a separate thing. Try to come up with something special. I know Robert, you were like listening to old
Well, I
podcasts, and like
well,
try to
yeah.
have old
Yeah,
guests
I
on.
would.
Well, no. I mean, it would be amazing. There's no way I could do that. But I have, I'm gonna have a special question quiz
Okay.
for the. I guess it wouldn't be the 500 if it's not the 500, but it would be celebrating the 500th, even if it's not the literal 500.
Well, it's only what uh, 4 more podcasts after
I
the.
know that's why I'm like my my thing was to somehow get to like a lot of them. I'm on the 70th podcast listening to the 70, and
I can't listen
Oh
to
my God.
podcasts anymore at work. Otherwise, I would be interested in going back. I don't have.
yeah.
I just got to choose. Do I want to play a game? Do I want to watch like new content on YouTube, or do I watch a movie?
Yeah.
It's hard to go back and listen to old stuff.
Well, I will say that one thing that's very cool is that well, I guess it's not very cool, but it's interesting that I've been playing this game Vampire Survivors. I think you all heard of it. But like
Mm,
it's like very much a
are you
podcast
kidding?
like game where you could have it on the background. So I'm playing a PC, so I have like just the podcast in one tab, and I'm just playing like Vampire Survivors.
That feels
And
like a game that was popular like 3 years ago. I remember hearing about
yeah.
it.
No, it's not that old. It was my game of the year last time. It
What?
wasn't my game of the. It was in my top 5.
Vampire
I
Yeah.
thought it
Survivors?
was
Because it did
Where
come
were
out 20,
you?
it
You
came
had,
out
I feel
2022.
like you. Yeah,
It
so
came out
that
2022.
was in my top 5 game of
Oh,
the
well,
year
you're probably yeah, because you're
for that
probably
year.
saying as in last year, as in
So
yeah. Uh,
23, we
Yeah.
did it in 23, the
Hmm.
podcast. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah. That okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And I've been enjoying the hell out of the game. I was at first I was
I'm
like,
talking
I
about
don't
it
know if
like
I
it's a
really.
new game and shit.
I
Welcome to the party.
I was making a joke because I do remember that people being kind of hyping that up back when it came out, but I
Yeah.
couldn't.
Well, that's why it's like a good podcast. I'm sure T, it's like a very good podcast. Like you have something on the background while you're playing it, and that's how I've been listening to some of them, but also just since I
Yeah.
work at home now, I mean, just listen.
There's a new one. What's that shit called? I think it's even more fun. Karate Survivor.
Really? No,
So
I haven't
instead of
heard that
like
one.
being kind of Castlevania-ish, you're like, yes, it's basically the same premise, but you're doing karate on
Karate.
people, and you get new moves and new power-ups the whole time.
I'm
Yeah,
doing pretty good with
it's cool.
Vampire Survivors now, man. I've been consistently getting into like 30 minutes, which that's where the end of the game is essentially. Your runs.
Yeah,
And I've been enjoying it a lot. I was like, okay, there's not really an end to
addictive
the
as
game, so
hell.
I'm kind of just like unlocking all the stages. Then I'll consider it like an end, and I'll play probably throughout the years. Then I'll play 2022 games. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. And but that's a perfect time to listen to these old podcasts. And I just listened to the 69th podcast. So funny, man.
Were we
The
making
shit that
jokes?
we used to say, the shit that we used to. Oh man, so good, so funny.
Because it was the 69th. Were we? Is
Have we
that?
Yeah,
toned
it
it
was
down?
well, just in general. Like, no, we definitely. I don't. We used to. Well, I mean, especially when I was younger, I used to all the time. Especially that podcast. I was like, Elma. Oh man, I wanna, I wanna have an Elma amiibo. And then it was always everything is awesome. And like
Mm.
you and then that podcast you guys are like, well, what's a different word for awesome? You gotta you gotta find a different word. And
I don't.
um
I'm gonna be
and
honest with you. I don't remember those days much. Like we did so many podcasts, it's hard to like. It's
well, yeah, literally every week, right? So it's like, there's so many, but like, I mean, 500. Like, I'm thinking I'm gonna be already on
it's
like 100
crazy.
something, and I'm on 70. Like, and
Yeah.
and think about it, I'd
I
have to
remember we used to
listen
give you
to,
shit about going to see the same movie 17 times and
yeah,
stuff. I don't know if that
yeah,
was
that
No,
you.
was
you.
early, yeah,
That was mainly
that was.
you, Juice. To be fair.
I mean,
Well, it
I
was
wasn't
funny
just
though,
me.
cause
Probably me too.
Classic.
I sent in the chat when the Comic Con one that I thought was hilarious. I always remember that when I was like it was the same group. This was the same group. This is one of the earlier ones. Well, obviously,
It was us
but it
four.
was
You
like
saying?
this for us four, yeah, us four. And I was literally like talking about Comic Con, and then there was like a King DDD, and I was like, "Hey, King DDD."
I remember that.
And we
You thought it
started
was so
dying
funny.
laughing, and then he's like, "Are you on drugs?" and,
Jesus.
and just the shit, man. It's so good. It was so
I
good.
remember. I don't remember the very first podcast that Terrell was on. I just remember with him on, everybody laughed more, and so I was like, man, got to have Terrell on more because everybody was laughing more with Terrell on, making everybody
Well,
else
apparently, like, yeah, I'm
like
going back and
laugh.
I'm making questions. I'm making questions, right? This isn't one of the questions, but he was the first one that you were like, oh, the regular, and like he was like the first regular,
Where
which
was
it
he?
was funny. Yeah, it was funny because he was only like maybe 4, 5 in, and he was
Because
like,
I was
I guess
switching
I'm
it
here every
up.
week.
I was switching almost every week, trying to have different people on because I thought
Oh
that
yeah,
would be kind of cool. But
I
then
think
it's
I was just
like,
more. I think I was just more available. That's really what it
well,
was.
then I'd have somebody on and they'd be like a complete buzzkill, like no
yeah.
chemistry, and it was like, oh shit.
Oh, trust me, there's a
That's
lot of
kind
them
of
that
why I
I'm
was
like,
like
what
mixing
the
it
hell?
up because like I don't want to have that person back on.
No,
So I just say no, I'm mixing
Mm.
it up, mixing it up. I don't
it
remember a
was
So they
great.
come
specific.
here and they get camera shy or just complete radio
Or they're like
silence.
completely dismissive. Like, I mean, he hasn't been on in years. But Twilight, he's just playing video games, barely paying attention. I'm like, dude,
It's like
man.
Yeah.
what is the point?
We had some good. I mean, we had some good years with Twilight, fun times, game nights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he makes some good
But
points.
the
He makes some
early
good
on,
points
it
with
was
that.
like, dude, you're not. It's like being
But
completely
his
I,
disrespectful.
mic,
I
he'd
remember
have
us
like
getting into it over Star Wars.
Oh
That
yeah.
was funny. That was a funny
But yeah,
time.
you used to be able to hear all kinds of background noise. Was that Twilight?
hmm
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
with
because he
his
was on the
mic.
game or
Or
life or
somebody was doing dishes, and I'm like, dude, is somebody doing
he
dishes
got
in that
he
room?
he got the ghetto mic. That's the mic you pull out when you're in the
It's
crib
like
and you
the
got the laptop in the corner of the room and your mom's like, "The hell you doing over there, man?" Shh,
it's like the
I'm on a
conference
podcast, leave
room
me alone."
microphone, the conference room one that picks up everything.
Oh, the Zoom call one.
Yeah, it's like,
Mm.
and then you had who was it that always had the
Well,
kids? He still does to this day on Sandstrom's
Oh, you talking
I think
about
it's
podcast.
the
10
video
years,
game idea guy?
yeah,
yeah, the game idea guy. Yeah.
GBGINU.
10
By
years
the way,
later.
Yeah.
Juice, you were mentioned recently. I
I
forgot
was
to mention
mentioned?
it, G. So Shadow Fox posted he did like he did an I guess a New Year's stream and he mentions like he's like, yeah, I would love to be invited back on the Juices Loose. It's just it hasn't happened in so long and I
Oh
was
my
like,
God, really?
Honestly, I'd have him back
That means he's
on.
probably hearing this.
I just we at that point when Retro came back, I was like, man, I don't want to have like 7 people on the podcast, and it was like,
Yeah.
ever since Clocked It kind of took a back seat. But I have nothing against the guy. I always like listen to him. Just
I will say though, there was once I noticed that literally I'm already at the point where it's like we came and this was it. It became locked to this group. like literally I'm already the 70th. Like I said, or 69 technically already. Boom, that was it.
Locked
It was
it.
like
Then
yeah,
we
it was
added
crazy.
Retro. I'm
It was
trying to
crazy.
remember like
I don't know how. I don't think I'm even close to that because like
Retro was just
Retronet
leaving
still
all these
comments.
long comments.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I remember that. He still does that.
I honestly I don't remember his first appearance, but he said there was something that happened that was a Switch reveal or something, or was that Clocked It or Retro? One of them it was like
Oh,
we
I
were
don't know.
talking about our reaction to like the Switch reveal or something.
Listen,
Mm.
And
I
Damn, so
wanna
that's
know
still no.
what-
I'm on like 2015 podcast, so it's still a long time.
Listen. Just know when retro joined, it's when we realized that we invited a crazy person on this damn podcast. Because the wars between Mario and this man's weird opinions that we kind of agree with, but we hated his reasoning. I love you, Retro, but goddamn, you're a handful.
I love Terrell and Retro's interactions when you're like,
What?
You came to the right conclusion, but for the wrong reasons.
Oh, that's still that is still my thing. Retro either gets me the wrong answer for the right reason or the right answer for the wrong reason. It's usually the second one. It's usually like me and him like Xenoblade 2. I haven't finished the game yet. Oh, how are you supposed to argue it?
Like
versus
versus X
we should have a debate.
X versus 2 debate, and he didn't finish either
I was
game.
so sad. And you sat there and you looked at me and you're like, bruh, I'm so sorry for you. I'm like, I know. Why is he like this? I just looked at him. I think him and Shadow Fox had that same problem of wanting to explore the world and not finish the fucking game. And at a certain point, I'm like, guys, it's been 200 hours. Just beat the fucking boss. We ain't got to do all this.
I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's a game this year that was higher up on my list until the final boss. And it dropped. That's why
What's this Echoes of Wisdom? Didn't you say this in the chat?
I may have said in the chat.
What you talking about? Echoes of Wisdom
on the podcast.
You spoiled it,
oh, bad
for everybody else.
The audience.
I thought
He didn't mean to us. He meant the audience, motherfucker.
and I didn't confirm that. But I tried not to like do my game of the year picks when I haven't finished, and I didn't finish Immortals the year I think I gave it second place or something, and I said after I finished it and did the new game plus and finished it again, I was like, man, I might have been my number one. But let's say hi to a few people. We got Smith. Happy New Year's to you, man. Lenny, you were here earlier with the Artisan. Switch 2 is going to dominate Fallout Shells, especially if the system launches with the new 3D Mario Kart.
I sense so.
Since Switch 2 will launch with Mario,
Yo.
something 100%. What's up, Sandstorm? So speaking of Game of the Year, I know I gotta find out if Retro is going to be available. For those that don't know, Retro has been dedicating all his time into preparing to move to the U.S. this year. So
he's becoming an
yes,
American.
My neck of the woods, even.
He's gonna become an American.
He's going to be an hour from
here in Massachusetts, about an hour, yeah.
They're gonna hang out every other. They're gonna hang out every other weekend. Man.
So I don't know if he's
They're
going
just
to
gonna
be
get redundant.
I know.
Not until he finishes Starlink.
Oh,
What did he call that? What did he call that? Like one of the best space shooters of all time, or something?
And then finish the game.
It's the best game of all time.
5
It's like I
hours.
told you.
He
He has a running joke where he don't finish games.
Well, I don't
in
think
life.
he's put another second into the game since he said that. To be honest.
That was a spoiler. You don't bring that up.
But that's
That's
an
It's
example
true.
of a
If
game.
that's true, Retro. That's
I was feeling
That's rough.
a lot higher on that game in the early goings until to me every planet was basically just doing the same thing. There's kind of rinse and repeat. That's an example of like why
Ubisoft.
this debate of Retro. Speaking of Retro. Where he says he could review a game after playing it for a little bit. You can review a game.
Yeah,
without
like my thing is,
finishing it.
you can't review it. You just could give your impressions on it.
You can
move
preview
on.
it. You can
Because
preview it.
If I would
Preview it, yeah.
It's like, here's the goal. Where the fuck are you going?
Look, there was
Just put a P on the front of your review, and that's what you could do.
yeah. Well, there
That's
was a game. There was a game recently. Oh no. Actually, again, this is the old podcast. They were talking about Codename Steam. When someone gave it, I think it was GameSpot. They gave it like a 3.5, and they didn't finish the game or something. And I'm like, but why even bother like reviewing it? Then put in an official
Because
score.
I still need the ad clicks and the revenue, Robert.
You got to get the review out in time for the
They
ad.
were
Exactly.
very.
Hate clicks are still
They
clicks,
did a lot of
man.
clickbait reviews
Yeah.
back then.
Well, they literally
Is
said,
it-
"Oh,
was
I
that
don't like the game at
5
all."
out of 10? Or out of 5?
No, 3.5 out of 10.
Out of 10. That's some
I
bullshit.
played the demo.
One
I
of the
can
best
tell you
games
it's
on the
not-
3DS. Kiss my dick.
Kiss my-
So
I
let's
feel like I
go.
heard that in a minute from you, man.
So let me just
we
ask.
bringing that back in 2025, man.
Yeah, we got to bring it back. It's
Hey
2025.
man, kiss my ass. That's old school. Kiss the dick. Just kiss the dick.
Right on the lips.
Is this the 469th podcast?
Yeah, that's great. I love that.
So let me ask T and Terrell, what are you looking at for games from 2024 that you started and finished? Since we're talking about finishing games, I'm at 5 finished with 6 that I have a decent. One of them I have a decent amount of time in.
Ooh.
Okay, I saw you playing. I won't say it, but I saw you playing games.
Don't say nothing
on your PS5. I won't say.
See, I never look at what you guys are playing. I used to do that to me all the time when I got the PS5. You're like, oh, you're playing Bob. I'm like, I never.
No, for me, I like to check my friends list.
I
when
never
I
do that.
It was on, and I saw you playing a game.
Only time I do that is when I send Terrell or Retro a screenshot or.
Usually we get pictures.
Then I'll see like, oh, so and so last logged in like 5 days ago or something. But I never see the game they're playing.
I appear offline. Especially because ever since Final Fantasy,
because you're so famous and you don't want people harassing you.
No,
I know what it is.
I know what the next backlog game is. I'm like, oh no, I don't want people to know. It's like,
only
you don't want to give
spoilers.
I see.
So
I honestly don't know if I'm online or not, because I know I've done the appear offline thing too, because my students, every time I would jump on, they want to play Fortnite.
T looks like he's been off for like 3 years. When I look you up.
Yeah, I'm probably still off. So
he hasn't been online in decades.
So what system are we talking about here?
PlayStation.
Oh, see, I might have.
It shows like 6 months since the last time.
That's not true, because I was just on playing.
So you must have it set to not.
Yeah,
show.
I must have it turned.
Or you have a different account than the one I'm friends with.
I guess that's possible too.
Well, me and T only became friends on Xbox like last year. We didn't even realize. He's like, since when we were not friends? Because we don't play on Xbox like as a group. So that's probably why, But that was funny. I was like, oh yeah, look at it.
What is this?
I like to see. It's crazy now. I see Terrell, on his all.
That was like a weird news report that came out a little too long ago. What's up?
We'll get to that.
If you see, I could see like the achievements monthly, like who's been playing, stuff, and I see Terrell, and I'm like, it's crazy. Terrell's an Xbox and plays.
No, hey, listen, I didn't want to just buy the console and not game on it, because then I don't feel justified in crashing out on it later on. What the hell? Sonic wise.
Well, I know recently it's been Persona.
Oh, right? It's been Persona heavy lately, and that's done.
Did you get the Generations remake, Shadow thing?
I didn't. It's not a high priority for me right now.
Even with the new.
Did you see
Shadow?
the movie?
No. I saw the movie. Man, the movie was like not day one. I think I saw it like the 21st.
What do you think?
That's a strong 9 out of 10, dog. It's weird because it's a bridge. It cuts out a lot of stuff from SA2, and I still think it's like a great film. Like there's no bullshit in it. It's very like no nonsense plot, hitting all these special beats for Sega fans, Sonic fans, and I think it generally is just a good film. To the point where Disney's over here trying to make moves and shit.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, why is it losing to Mufasa?
No, we're not gonna do that.
In the U.S.,
he's being facetious, is what he's doing.
Well, worldwide.
Disney's over here trying to buy a company
in the US,
because they're mad about it. Has it?
Yeah, but hey, man, worldwide is what it matters, man. You making more money.
Yeah, worldwide.
Worldwide, you're behind about 110 million or so.
Is it not open in most territories, or I thought maybe it was already?
No, isn't that like Sega though to be ahead in the U.S. but not in the
global? There you go. But
that's
not
such a Sega Genesis thing.
Let me see. Now I want to.
So it sounds like it's guaranteed to be better than the Mario movie for me, just from your description.
Well, I don't know, because to be fair,
I like Sonic 1 better than the Mario movie, so not Sonic 2,
then you'll like this.
According to Retro, I love Sonic 2, but I never said
in
that.
the Sonic lore to really enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, it has a lot of Easter eggs. They reference a lot of cool stuff. Yeah. It's just a very mostly
fan film.
Yeah,
I don't mean fan film like fans, what they wanted. I mean, like for fans, it's a good, great
it
film
very
for
much
us.
said. It's better
But-
than the other films because it properly uses everything. And I mean, I still got to deal with humans. That it is what it is. But
Not really.
if we're in the adventure era, you have humans, and they're probably the most well used here. I even gave Sonic 2 credit because of the gun reference, and I was like, oh shit, we don't talk about gun usually, so that's a little surprising. So, and this film even has less humans, and when they are used, they're used properly. I don't really have it. The only thing I can argue is that some stuff I wish was in the film, but it's not like the film is a worse film without it. It's just as a Sonic fan, I would have wanted certain things, but that's about it. Like, good, such a good film.
Well, to be fair though, that I actually think like in terms of like what's so good about this Sonic movie, and I do think it's like leagues better than 1 and 2 to me. That it's like
I just read Visor's comment.
Wait a minute, hold on. Wait. This man.
That's
It's not hard to be better than the Mario movie, which NT's a coward. Wow, that's crazy.
that's crazy.
I feel like, how is it that people forget? Juice specifically has gotten way more negative on that film than when it were initially released. After that second watching, it just
I
went
hate it
downhill.
according to retro. It's just disappointing. The more I think about it,
You hate it because
the more it's like.
Well, yeah,
man,
retro doesn't believe there's anything that could be okay, all right.
No, you know why?
Mediocre.
Because once again, here's where we need to stop, retro.
Love it or
You
hate the
going?
motherfucker.
it's an okay movie, but okay is
Damn.
not acceptable for what I was hoping a Mario movie would be like.
This is Mario.
Yeah.
Like even if I thought
Well,
it
It
was like
started off very strong. I liked the whole family aspect. That was real
yeah,
cool.
I did like that.
Like I liked the opening of it, but then it just didn't hold that. That was the only problem.
But we're not getting into
Yeah,
that.
I'm the opposite. I enjoy the whole adventure of Mario sort of thing more than the family. But
I acknowledge that part of it's rushed, and it kind of bums me out a little bit.
That goddamn music.
Yeah, the Mushroom Kingdom could have just, if they're not going to make a 2-hour movie, then just go right to the Mushroom Kingdom and flesh that out a little bit more, instead of just kind of rushing through it. And that was how I felt about it. But I can understand they didn't want to make a long animated film, and but
They
well,
want to make
unfortunately,
something
that's all
$1
Western
with.
movies are.
I think
Yeah, well, that's how all Western
Get them
movies
hell
are.
up there. Get them out of here in 90 minutes so we can get
like
as many showings in one day.
How to Train Your Dragon movies, I feel like were more like 140-ish minutes. I'd be curious to look it up.
Oh, those were longer.
Maybe the later ones. I wouldn't say the first one.
The movies are 90 minutes.
I doubt the first one was for sure. No,
the first one I definitely don't remember being that
There's
long.
no way.
It had great pacing though. It didn't feel
Yeah, like the
rushed.
first one's an hour 38. That makes
That's
sense.
what I thought. Yeah, that's what I figured. The first couple I figured
Let's see,
were
number 2,
long.
hour 42, so 4 minutes is
That's why I
getting there.
said hour 40.
And then How to Train Your Dragon, third one, 1 hour 44. So they went up by 8 minutes. But I mean, regardless,
Killing
like
the game, baby.
That's a good time. That's a good amount. That's a good length, I should say.
Yeah, Mario. That's a that's a good length.
Minutes, you can do a lot with that extra 12, 14 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as world building goes.
for sure. But I mean, again, maybe we'll see that in the sequel. Maybe we'll see that in the sequel.
You could have 3 more musical montages.
Yeah, like if we're gonna be fair, I would probably compare it more to Sonic's first film, and I think it's a way better first film, for what it is. Now the second film has obviously bigger shoes to fill, and that's the one which we get next year, right? It's 2026, right?
2026.
Gotcha.
What's the
That's crazy.
Batman 2027
next year. 2027.
Jesus, I remember. I can't
The
name
end
the
of
movie.
2027.
They're like
Wait, what?
Batman 2. I got delayed to
kidding me?
October 2027.
Get that shit out of here.
Yeah.
That's,
they don't have it written,
ridiculous.
so it's like I don't know what he was waiting for. I guess, and he didn't produce. I assumed he handled the Penguin show, but it was completely. He was just like
Well,
executive.
you know what's happening? They're adding that Batman to the DCU. That's why they're doing it. That's the rumor. Oh.
It's such a good movie. Like Clockton just watched it for the first time like a week ago, and he loved it.
I was surprised that I thought you saw it already.
So good.
I've been meaning to rewatch it. So anyway, Terrell, you think he'll have 5 2024 games close
Oh,
finished
yeah, I
or
forgot
close
that's
to
what I'm
finish?
talking
Ooh, where am I at? I'm trying to think.
Oh.
I don't know, bro.
Is that the
I
plan?
don't know, because I have, I have,
just barely.
I have 3 I'm playing, but I don't think they're gonna be done.
We might just have to just
in
do
time.
our own game, or just like not make as big
Just
of
I'm
a
gonna
deal
say,
about
I
it.
told y'all. I think I told you last year. I was
Unless
like, bro, don't
Retro
worry
can
about me,
make
bro.
it.
No. Well, wait. So wait. Well, I mean, you.
I
you
don't think I'm gonna have
5
them
games.
beaten in time.
You
When are
have
y'all
5
trying to do
games
the?
that you played
Wait. What do you? When are you planning to do it? Is my question.
I was
tomorrow.
gonna
No,
say like that end of
You
January.
said tomorrow. Fuck you, Robert. You
We
said
usually
when
do
you?
it the end of January.
Yeah, maybe.
Honestly, like even though I only have
Oh, go ahead.
played 6 and finished 5,
Do or do not. There is no try.
like the 5 that I have finished are really good. Like I'm not like I'm not adding one that wouldn't be
not
there.
not scraping the barrel. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
like I did a couple years ago where I like Celeste, but I had to put it number 5 just because I didn't have another game. You know, there was another year too where I had a 5th game.
You talk about a really highly acclaimed game too.
Yeah.
It's like Celeste.
I think people got sucked into the story stuff more. I mean, it was it had some good moments, but like I said, it was a good game, but it wouldn't have been on my top 5 most any other year. But,
what about what if Terrell does like any game that he's played in the
No, I'm not gonna do that.
you could just jump in.
That is something. That's something that just puts in there. But like there'd be like.
And
4
I only
games
played
in there.
one I started another one, but I only really played one old game from last year, which was Street Fighter 6.
Yeah, I was gonna say you normally don't play old.
I started
games
Darksiders
like
2 with the intent of finishing it, and I just lost interest after about 10 hours, 7 to 10 hours.
So you're telling me the game?
Oh, so you did play like 7 to 10 hours?
Yeah,
you could do a review. You could review.
Yeah, I could.
you bitch! I can't believe you. Ew.
And then when he gives it a 3 out of 10 and says I didn't finish it, Retro will be like, how? Why would you give a review on that?
Robert
Yeah, because you have to finish the
pixelated.
game to review.
Robert pixelated on your guys's? Actually,
He got more
Terrell's getting
pixelated.
Pixelated too. Maybe it's on mine.
I was gonna say I feel like I see Terrell a little bit more pixelated, but I mean maybe I'm also pixelated.
I have the light on. I have no excuse. Leave me alone. Is it Discord or is it Discord or is it your internet? That's the
Actually, you know
question.
what? Maybe T's getting pixelated too. Maybe it's just my
mine.
mind now.
I got it.
And now it's the light
I'm
reflecting
clean,
off
boy.
his bling, man. The bling has got the damn screen shining.
No, yeah, there's no pixels on that.
What my wood and leather necklace? Is that what you?
Never mind. No, never mind.
So in the
Never
chat,
mind, I said.
no bling.
in
Never
the chat
mind, I said.
earlier, there was a little discussion about the U.S. Super NES versus the PAL Super NES in Japanese, and I do agree. I do think the PAL in Japanese SNES is a better design, but I still have.
Well, just say the Famicom design, the Super Famicom. Yes, because that's what it is.
Yep.
It's their design.
I don't hate the U.S. one. Like
Here's the
some
thing,
people
like-
make it out, other than the discoloration.
But I don't have that problem either. So my thing is like we got
Like a you, bro.
here we got one that was similarly designed to the Famicom one. I forget what they call it. But we got a second design version here. And I remember thinking it looked kind of soft.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it looks kind of petite. It's kind of pretty. And I always had an issue with it, like the power button. I thought that maybe was a design flaw with that model, but I liked it, but I don't know, man. There's something about I was making the joke about that kind of more angular, edgier, kind of brute looking design that we got in the US that I like.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Famicom one now, and I was like, yeah, I mean, certain angles I like the US one, and then certain angles I like the Famicom one. So, and it does look really nice.
I got to go grab
in
mine
its
now.
original non-yellowed green color. I mean, it does look pretty good. But the cartridges are different too, aren't they?
Yeah.
What
The
is it?
Super Nintendos are, like he was saying in the chat, very squared and
Let's look at a PAL cartridge. They're not that much. They're just a little more rounded.
yeah, they're rounder, they're curvy.
Yeah, they got a curve to them. I mean, that is. I mean, I would say that is slightly.
You know,
better.
curves are appealing, man.
Curves is nice, but I like that bitch. That bitch is kind of
Yeah, no, I like it
she's
too.
solid.
Yeah, it's a good
I don't see
looking.
anything
She's got a
bad with
good,
it.
there's a good sturdy look to it.
Mm-hmm.
Does the I guess it has the eject button too on the Super Famicom.
Yeah. What was there was a limited production of a Super NES in the U.S. that had like a aluminum heatsink, and I guess they're more valuable. And I didn't when I opened mine up, I don't remember looking. I didn't know to look for that. I'm curious because I got mine later, a couple years in. I'd be curious. I might. I'm thinking about buying like one of the shells, like the translucent shells, because mine looks so bad. And I was curious if mine had that like heatsink thing that I guess is better for modding the system. I watched a video where a guy modded the shit
original
out of
model.
it. And I'm like, he's soldering crazy all these little wires on just to add like an HDMI port and be able to load games off an SD card. I'm like, no way I'd do that to my day one, or not day one, but my original.
Yeah, you get one of them discolored ugly ones, and then like change the shell and get like a clear shell, all that kind of shit. Do it to that.
But
I wouldn't do it to my. This is my baby right here. I don't even want to open the so.
Yeah, I opened mine just because it had been I sold it to my cousin years ago, and he was in a smoke-heavy house with some 3 other roommates, and that thing is just like discolored like crazy. It sucks. But it is what it is. It's my original one. I still have the box, and it's pretty beat up, but I still have styrofoam's in decent shape, and got both controllers, and it's cool to have.
I didn't get one. When did you get yours?
I got it after. I want to say it was probably 93. I had to pay for half of it. I had to bribe my mom. I'd say, I'll mow lawns all summer. I'll give you $100 towards it. That's the only way I got it.
I was gonna say, because I didn't get mine at launch. I was a Genesis kid. I got my Genesis in '89, and I didn't get Super Nintendo probably till Christmas '92.
When did Turtles in Time come out? Because that was out well before I got mine.
It was in '92, I think.
March 1991? Is that the arcade or the actual Super NES version?
No, it couldn't have been, because March '91 Super Nintendo wasn't out, so that couldn't be the case.
Turtles in Time, Super NES. Yeah, sometimes these dates are wrong, but because my friend had Super NES, so I was playing a bunch of games before.
Well, it wasn't out in the States anyway.
1992.
Boom.
Doesn't say the year or the month though. But yeah, so I got it probably either Christmas '92 or Christmas '93.
Yeah, I'm Christmas '92. I remember.
And
I remember being jelly because my cousin got one, and I just remember again. I remember the giant that just blew my mind away with the graphics of the giant bullet bill on Super Mario World. I was like, what? They can get that big?
And this won't be a surprise to anybody, but thinking about it now, I was so enamored by the underground levels, the echo when Mario would jump.
Oh,
man. Like an echo in the cave. And I was like, yeah, of course I would care about that because I still care about stuff like that.
Yeah, the sound chip in the
but I was like,
Super Nintendo was
and I'm like, holy shit, you
amazing.
hear like an echo, like when you jump. It's crazy. It just blew my mind.
I mean, just listen to Donkey Kong Country. The music and the audio.
Yeah.
I remember
nothing on Sega Genesis even come close to that.
About 6 to 8 years ago, a friend of mine's like, hey, I got this console that plays Genesis and Super NES games, and he's like, first game I bought was Rock and Roll Racing, and he's like, I'll bring it over, we'll play. And he boots it up, and it's like the most terrible sounding like rendition of Bad to the Bone or whatever.
There was
And
a
I'm
lot
like,
of those.
I was like, dude, this sounds like garbage. And he's like, what are you talking about? I was like, the Super NES one sounds so crisp and clean. Well, then I listened to, I think that's how I discovered that channel, where they Super Nintendo versus Genesis. I forget what that channel's called.
Console Wars.
Console Wars.
Oh, that.
It wasn't, the Super NES version didn't sound as good as my memory told me it sounded, but it's still like night and day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn.
And it wasn't always the case because
Not
developers
every
will
game.
develop because they don't optimize everything all the time. So, but you can do way more stuff on that Super Nintendo audio chip than you could designed by Sony.
The best box.
So let's see. Going to the movies at least twice a month in the 90s. I used to try to go every weekend, and then it started, well, I got to go at least every month. I can't miss a month. And then it was like, well, I'll just go every other month. And it's like, I'll go once a year. The older I got, the less I made to the cinema.
Funny, because it was more for me. The older I got, the more I went, and then kids happen, and it slows down after that.
That was our main, honestly, my group of friends, that was one of our main hobbies, was going Friday nights, going to the movies, getting dropped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, we got Visor said the Super Nintendo, his friends called the regular Nintendo. The NES, the regular Nintendo. Nice. The sound on the Famicom disk system. Yeah, I think I watched a video on some
those floppies, man. They got way more audio capabilities.
Oh, it was that modding video where there's a sound, one of those Super NESs has a better sound chip or something, and if you can activate it, then at certain games that were made for the disc or whatever in Japan, you did get some cleaner audio, and it was like it was slightly noticeable. It wasn't a huge difference.
Well, if you hear like the actual themes of like Zelda, like there's genuine differences between some of those. It's pretty bizarre
on a disc system.
What's up, Jay Biggs? Happy New Year.
That's what happens when you get more storage. Oof.
Yeah, like there's literally more instruments and stuff in there. It's like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I know different time and stuff. I feel like a lot more memorable music, but a lot of it was just because the same tracks played over and over and over because they couldn't have a ton of storage for all this different music. So you played Legend of Zelda, you heard that main theme throughout the whole game, like
the original, yeah.
Especially, and then
also, I mean, nowadays, they go for the more cinematic approach where they don't, like a lot of games, they don't really have a theme for each level
natural,
or anything.
yeah, and there's more natural sounding. And
were there 4 tracks in the original Legend of Zelda?
Yeah, and like the dungeon music forever.
Dungeon music,
head, like. Then you had the menu music. I don't know if that was in the NES version.
What menu music? I thought it just kept playing.
What's the when you're when you're picking your character, selecting your file? That must have been
the file music. Yeah, that's different.
Which is like the fairy fountain music. Later
and then the boss music.
But
no, there's no boss music.
I think
Ganon has a different.
You are the boss.
I think Ganon is the only one that has like different music.
In the Link to the Past or the original?
No, original. I'm thinking of original.
Yeah,
so.
I think you might be right. But it's just like somebody said, the '90s are better movies, better games, better friends, better friendships,
better friends.
Friendships, that's crazy.
I listen to. Well, that's just because I listen to '90s music at work. I'm actually kind of sick of it because it plays all the time. I argue with the head of customer service because it's in his office, our little computer that plays the music. I'm like, dude, don't have 4 '90s stations selected so the shuffle picks one, like every other song is a '90s song. I love '90s music, but I don't need to hear like Pearl Jam every day, every song they've ever made, every single day. It's like some of that stuff's better when you take a break from it. And but there's definitely some great movies and stuff back.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would personally disagree that everything better than like my thing is you could still have everything in the '90s now. So to me, it's like it's all added, which is nice.
Watching movie reaction channels, I I don't know if they're being, if people are making comments that planting the seed in their head, Inception or stuff. But I've seen quite a few like, man, these movies are really good. Like not just the '90s, but it's like they had this vision that older movies aren't going to be good for some reason, and then when they watch them, like, damn, these are really good.
That's
music.
usually the case, because I remember my wife. She swore she just could not watch a black and white film, and then I was like, all right. So I introduced her to
I'm gonna show you black
Rear
and white.
Window, Hitchcock Rear Window,
Yeah,
and she couldn't stop watching that shit. I was like, these movies still hold up because they're great freaking movies. It doesn't matter,
Yeah.
the format. None of that stuff matters.
and a lot of people are surprised at how good like the visual effects were when before CGI. Like,
Yeah, my
like,
kids are
yeah.
like that. They're like, oh
how
my
did
god,
they do this? There's some people like are thinking of it more from the movie making perspective.
yeah. You watch Corridor Crew and I watch them, and even sometimes they can't figure out how
Some of
they
those
did that
old
shit.
movies, yeah,
Yeah,
because
the old movies and stuff, because it's so crazy what they used to do to get that stuff to work.
Well, one movie that I saw semi recently, I think it was last year. I mean, we're talking really old. It was Metropolis.
Oh,
Like in
Metropolis. That takes me back to film
1920,
school.
1920 what something,
I
and
don't
it's
think I've
like
seen that.
It
those.
might be
Well, it's a
28.
silent film, and like the visuals are nuts. You're like, I literally
Yeah.
can't comprehend
Well,
how they
Corridor
would do
Crew
something
Yeah.
does
in
do
the
some of those
1920s.
old movies. Like, how did they
I
do
think
this?
I think they've talked about. They didn't do the whole movie. I think they've talked about Metropolis a couple of times.
Some of
But
it's
yeah,
like ridiculous paintings and camera perspectives
yeah.
and
But that's what you do when you don't
mirrors.
have. You get creative as fuck. You don't have a computer. You can just throw that shit in. You like, all
Yeah.
right. You sit there and you're creating it from scratch.
Well,
And
Donnie's
that's
right, but
that-
the best thing is when they take an old movie and they scan the negative and they have the money to like make sure that some of those old film stocks are faded, so they have to do a lot of color correcting and salvaging. Sometimes they have to pull instead of the negative, they try to find old newer like reels that people have in their collections and like try to get it from there. But when they take like from the 90s, if you take even like the Rush Hour movies from the late 90s, shot on 35 millimeter film, they scan them in at 4K or whatever, and then even the Blu-ray version looks freaking phenomenal. But there's no CG in that movie, so there's no areas where it looks bad because of like low quality CG or low resolution. And some of those older movies, like Jaws, is almost everybody's top 10 best looking 4K discs you could buy. Like Blade Runner is one of those, and it's like they just look. I mean, yeah, some of the styles look old, but the movie itself, completely rescanned and recolor corrected, look like they could have been shot like this year
yesterday.
with because film captures so much resolution. It's well beyond 4K. Like a 35 millimeter film, they estimate it's around 6 to 8K resolution if it was a digital format. And then IMAX.
Terrell knows what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Did you see that they have a 4K Blu-ray for 7? They remastered it.
I just seen that. I'll probably pick it up, but
Apparently it's really good, like looking.
I thought the Blu-ray looked amazing. So, but we better get Terrell back in the conversation. We gotta come up with change direction.
Hey man, I'm fine.
Add to
I'm
the
fine.
amazing special effects in a movie that came out decades ago, The Ten Commandments. Still amazing to me. What they did in that movie is fantastic.
And then
I haven't seen that one yet.
and then
One of my favorites of all time.
Not to go that far back, but even like in the early 2010s to like maybe 2017 era. What movie was I watching? I'm like, the visual effects throughout this whole movie look as good or better than anything I've seen recently. I can't remember the exact movie I was watching in the last 6 months, 4 months maybe. And it was like, well, for one, Interstellar was from 2014. I just rewatched that. I know he doesn't use a ton of CGI, but I'm like,
That movie.
I can't tell you what wasn't like shot in camera and what was like visually added. Obviously, the black hole thing was probably all visual, but
amazing film, bro.
my brother had never seen it, and I was like, he wanted to watch a movie in the theater room, and I said, let's watch this. And but yeah, it was something else. It might have been like Batman versus Superman. What was that? 2015.
No.
2017.
2017. No.
No.
Batman vs Superman is 2016.
2016.
It released in early 2016. As
Yeah,
much
that's
as people gave that movie shit, there's so much CG like in
March, I
that,
believe,
and it
2016.
looks it looks phenomenal, especially compared to some of the, the movies I pick apart the most, the MCU, like the Shang-Chi's and stuff like that looks so artificial throughout the whole movie.
Doo-doo.
Face replacements, everything looks so fake.
Oh, look at Robert. Look.
And you got this 2015, released in 2016 movie, and it's like it looks as good as it looks better than a lot of the movies coming out now. It's just crazy, but I'm just gonna pull this out of my ass because I don't remember why it's still sitting here. I don't have the case for it. This is a DVD.
American Psycho.
And I never had the case to it, and I think I watched it one time. I haven't watched it again. I don't know why I have that sitting there, but
American Psycho's.
It's quite the movie. It's one of those.
Yes. It's out there.
But anyway, gaming. Let's get back to gaming.
Games.
I want to say, because it seems like people have forgotten, 2016 was a long time ago, and we talked about this a little bit about the Switch patent NX that somebody made that fooled a bunch of people. I remember Rule 2 got so mad.
3D printed it.
And
he got really mad at that.
3D printing has come so much further now that I'm surprised so many people are taking the Joy-Con photos because it has the print on the back.
Yeah.
I looked at my Joy-Cons. Well, actually, I don't have the original. I have my shell. I have a new shell. Do the original Joy-Cons have all the like all these like copyright stuff printed on it on one of them?
I don't remember.
Does somebody have like a Joy-Con handy they can look at?
Check.
It's like, look at it. It has all these copyright things printed on it. There's no way that's fake. Like, people are taking it as like that's.
I got rid of my Joy-Con.
You talking about that recent picture with the Joy-Cons?
Do you have your Switch near your truck? Can you look at one of your Joy-Cons?
Those are new though. Hold on.
Because they're like, look at it. It has all this. These are legit things printed on here. Yeah, they could have freaking printed it on or painted it on.
That wasn't
little.
Yeah, that stuff. But it was way more pronounced. All I see is the Nintendo logo. Turn it the other way more.
You mean on the inside?
On the back side. On the back side.
The same with
yeah, there's all kinds of shit on there.
Okay. Yep, that stuff with this. Yeah, because the one somebody took a photo of has that kind of stuff. They're like, oh, that's for sure legit. I'm like, you don't think somebody could replicate that?
Yeah, again, 10 years, like you said, have passed. Like, you don't think someone could just do that?
It could be they could laser print a frickin' sticker. They could laser print a stencil and spray that stuff on. To me, that doesn't make it legit because it has that stuff on it. But people are taking it as.
But why does anybody even care? It just looks like a fucking Joy-Con.
And that's the thing I want to talk about. That is so disappointing. I know last week we were supposed to. I don't know how far. I can't remember how far or not last week. The last podcast. If that's the actual Switch 2 Joy-Con, they didn't address any of the things I wanted them to address.
Apparently, I mean, from what it's going to be a little bit bigger.
It's taller, but it has the same low-profile thumbstick. It has the same digital triggers.
Shit, flat as hell, bro.
They improved the SL and the SR buttons. They made them, a little bit. They made them wider so it'd be easier to hit. And I'm like, if that's
does that mean it's
look at
going to
me?
be a little bit bigger?
Just look at it. Look how I'm holding mine. Look at all that room. That my hand wants to sit on. That's what causes me cramping and that's why I don't use these.
I have to use it like my pinky to hold it on the bottom sometimes. But it's like, if that's legit, the Switch 2 Joy-Con, they put no effort into redesigning that thing. Like,
well, no, I think they clearly think it's perfect.
Well, yeah, of course.
I wish they would have just said, screw the
Nintendo
sideways.
always thinks there's parts still.
Screw the sideways.
Yeah, but again, remember we talked about like
they could still do it with the ergonomics.
It would be better anyway.
I still want to play sideways, man.
Yeah, but sideways it would still be better with the circle.
Right,
because
I have my Switch Pro here,
and the Wii remote.
He showed up his thing.
And the Wii remote works great sideways.
This actually feels better. It feels better sideways with the extra thickness. Pause.
Yeah, extra girth.
So for I don't know why people just that has to be legit. It has all this stuff printed on, all this copyright stuff or these trademark stuff printed on there. It has to be legit. And I'm like, that could be as fake as that NX thing, the Hey Arnold Pratt patent. It could be completely fake. All these people are using the same. They're taking the same original leak thing, and they're just it's the same. Everyone has the same Joy-Con they're showing when people have the 3D print.
It's either it's because everyone is wrong or everyone is right.
Either everybody's wrong or that's exactly what it is. There's only those are the only two options. And I'd actually love it if everybody was wrong and it was.
Now I will say I've gone back because of this. I've gone back on the whole magnet thing. At least I'm still a little worried about how long it's going to last because magnets do get weaker. But I found these accessories for my Lenovo Legion Go, and they're magnetized. And I'm going to show you here. I was going to do a video, but my computer said bye-bye because of the stupid battery. But these are two, the slide. What do they call these on the
rail?
Yeah, no, the little attachments. They come with
the wrist strap thing. But yeah,
wrist straps, I guess. Right. So these are magnetized, and check this out.
Nice.
And that feels,
like this.
It's a full controller at this point, but it'd
be nice.
I like the one that
space.
Yeah, you want more space there, but it's a good.
It seems like something Nintendo.
It's strong. This is solid. I'm surprised how strong this is, and you could have to pull it apart at the top like that.
It's true because even the Wii remote, literally the Wii remote's thick. You put it sideways, boom, it's fine. Why would you need it thin? I don't understand.
Yeah. So and
the Wii remote is the best example because
and it's just it is. And I know Clocked It. He's trying not to pay attention to this stuff because if it is true, then the reveal is going to be pretty anticlimactic. If everything,
I still think even then, my thing is I feel like a lot of us expected. Well, maybe to me, I expected that just another Switch.
Yeah.
And so I'm already anticipating essentially the same thing, but show me the games. What are we gonna see?
I wanted ergonomic.
I was expecting. I was expecting better ergonomics for sure.
I thought maybe, but
maybe analog triggers.
That stuff. I think the analog triggers is the biggest offense to me. Where it's dude, come on, still.
Yeah, how do you go
racing games? It makes racing games so much more playable.
How do they go backwards?
It makes no sense.
From analog triggers, they were
literally the first one, man. They were the first one that do that, and then they even did the whole clicking in before Sony did with the DualSense with the GameCube. You know what I mean? It's it makes no sense as to how they went backwards with that.
You can't say. I mean, the one issue would be fitting that technology into a Joy-Con, and then you wouldn't want the Pro Controller and the Joy-Cons to have different technology. Having the motors and stuff in the Joy-Cons, and that would kill the battery life in portable mode too, having adaptive triggers and stuff. But they could at least just had analog triggers, maybe with a click at the end. But whatever.
These things last 20-something hours. You could cut them in half or even more.
Well, when you're playing in portable, running off the Switch's battery, if you got to do adaptive triggers, that's going to kill the system overall, kill the systems. And according to Digital Foundry,
for the first few years until they make a revised version.
if the motherboard photos was legit, they're still using the same a larger die size, which is not very efficient, and the battery life could be an issue just based on that. So then if you add adaptive triggers and crazy haptics, that would cut into the battery life. So, but
is a rumor. I guess I should. I don't know if I care to say it, but that I'm I hope this is true just for the sake of the whole Miiverse type of thing. It's not literally Miiverse, but it's essentially Miiverse, and I forget where it apparently it's lined up with some of the Joy-Con stuff, and so it puts a little bit maybe, but again, who knows?
Imagine Miiverse on the Switch, how cool that would have been.
That'd be amazing.
It actually had tons of people on it, and that would have been great.
Because
literally now you have a genuine.
There's not even
a million community.
Yeah,
I mean, everybody's kind of leaving Twitter, and I don't know how popular the alternatives have gotten,
Everyone's
but
spreading out, you
yeah,
know.
it's like
Yeah.
there's no good place to like post stuff right now, and it's like that would be a perfect
Mhm.
time for them to have their own. But
Perfect. It'd be magnificent. And
I
that's
mean, I
why
think
that
it's
whole
always a
button.
perfect time to have your own, social media for your console. I think that's always going
Yeah.
to be great, and
Well, that's
especially
why
the way
like
Miiverse worked.
that potential other button on the bottom,
yeah,
that maybe that like it sends to the service or something to get you directly into there or something. And I really hope, man, because like you said, like I mean, we saw the Miiverse when we were scrolling for 40 minutes. Like we posted a lot of
mm-hmm.
stuff, like and it was on the Wii U where it had to load and all that type of stuff. Like
Yeah, as slow as the fucking Wii U was.
Did we
We
look up
used
it.
Terrell's? Did Terrell post a lot on Miiverse? Were you here that podcast we were looking at everybody's posts?
Was it?
I don't remember. I probably didn't post a lot though, knowing me.
Yeah, were
He must
you
not have been
around?
on that podcast when we were looking at retroized like drawings and stuff.
Probably nah, because I don't remember that.
Yeah, I think that was during your little power outage incident.
Oh, that's
hurricane.
right. Yep. That's right.
So
What
we were
was
look-
your
Because it's- Oh, go ahead.
TD the Kid, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Did you have like a didn't you have like a lowercase underneath or something like
He wasn't a part of that?
No, it was just that.
Was he
TD.
not on that podcast?
No, I think it was after the hurricane when he was out for a
Oh,
couple.
You did
that's right.
150 posts?
Did I?
Yeah, that's something.
That's a
Wow.
lot.
Hey, let me see. I'll share
That's
I
a lot
forgot
of
about
posts.
that shit.
this. We can see Jarrell's.
I doubt he did
Miiverse.
any drawings. I'm just gonna.
No, I drew a little. I
Did you?
remember drawing. Yeah.
Your last one was 2017
Is there any DS,
for
3DS? I mean,
for
Yeah,
Dragon Quest
yeah,
8
that's 3DS. I know that one's
for
3DS.
you ain't me, mom.
you posted screenshots when it took 2 minutes to do it, but not so much when it's instant.
Look at that,
Three-
Shantae.
Which one is that?
2016.
Half
On
Genie?
3DS, it's
Mirage.
10
That's
minutes.
Half Genie Hero, I believe.
Yeah, it's like 5-10
Okay.
minutes. Oh, Tokyo.
Yeah, it's Tokyo Mirage Sessions.
What was that one? The main girl's name?
Yeah.
Best girl.
Tsubaki?
100.
Yeah. Haven't seen her in a while.
That's a.
They won't stop.
Dude,
I
look,
can't
you
take
posted
it.
a lot of Tokyo Mirage sessions, man. Look
Oh,
at
look
that.
at, I can't
Well, they
believe
won't
this.
stop,
I
I
can
can't
touch you, big brother.
Oh, whoa!
Wait,
what?
TT.
I didn't know they do that in that game. Oh my
Yeah.
A lot of
there's a
Tokyo
lot.
Mirage.
Yeah, it was a lot of Tokyo Mirage. If this is
Bruh,
what
excuse me,
2016,
bro.
right?
now because of the incest.
That.
Oh, can
Oh,
you
look
watch?
at
Can
you.
you watch it? Nice. Oh,
What?
there I am, P2. Oh no.
I mean,
Right,
for
why
Captain
Who's
can't
Falcon.
Captain Falcon? You think?
Probably
You were Pac-Man.
That might
Robert.
be me.
Ladies and gentlemen, how is this still working?
Yeah, how does this work? I don't even
Robert
know how
was
this
definitely
works.
Pac-Man back in the day.
It's got to be a server
No,
somewhere.
I might be
Why is it?
Captain Falcon.
I
Oh, no,
guess
Terrell was
Archive
Pac-Man.
versus its own server.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was Pac-Man.
Damn it.
This is very loud.
Is
This is
it?
crazy, and it's on YouTube.
Yeah, what channel is that even on?
Just a,
Oh, I think that's on my
It's
YouTube
called
channel. That's
Replay.
why.
Ah.
It's probably on
you
my
posted
YouTube
it,
channel.
so you were Captain Falcon. No, you said, "Oh
Yeah.
no."
No. Yeah, this is probably Robert. I'm pretty sure that's Robert.
Damn
That's
hands.
Robert.
Okay, let's watch Ike's Bite. I love this stuff.
Oh, look,
Rob
Rob.
Zelda.
Okay,
That's
Yeah,
absolutely.
Rob's
We already
Rob.
should know who's who here.
that's
I
Rob.
was still in
which is me.
my early days playing Smash. I was.
Yeah,
oh,
sure.
nice,
That's
got
what we're
the
talking
kick.
about.
I'm gonna guess Ike has a comeback. Or no,
It
Rob's
looks
had
like I
100
almost
free
win, though.
stocks. I got one stock. I'm done. Get him.
Dude, I definitely win. There's no way I don't win. Look, 100% to 0, 3 stocks. You probably just recorded that. I was like,
yeah,
that was it.
I don't
That's
think
all
the
we need.
video's gonna be long enough to. Oh, look at it, it's close. You got him.
You won.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't have
Holy
posted if I wouldn't have called it dim
3-1.
hands if I had lost.
If you caught that L, you want to post
Yeah,
it.
why would I do that? Why would I put myself?
3-1.
That's the most misleading title ever. That yeah, it had to be. And
I
then,
got them hands.
Ref,
Put on me.
was that red? You think?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm
it
not
could just be a
100%
random
sure.
match.
He
It
played
could
as
just be a
Mario
random
lot.
match like For Glory.
Good man. I don't remember.
God, I remember playing.
2016.
My buddy used to play
That
Little
was
Mac
9 years
every
ago.
time, and
I
he
was a
got
young
Insane.
man with little hands.
Insane.
Oh, he caught me lacking on that. Absolutely.
I can't even.
like why
Like,
they need
comprehend
another Miiverse for sure.
You know, like look at this, man. Oh my
Oh
heart.
yeah, that's Fire Emblem.
No, stay over there. I still get nervous around.
My
Tsubasa.
kids were
Tsubasa.
my kids were 3 and 5 years old.
Oh
Holy
yeah, the
Christ.
censored outfit.
Damn.
I hate this outfit.
It's
You
censored.
look good
I
though.
can guess.
Yeah,
where
None
it's
of
it's,
them
censored.
it's supposed to have like
teenagers.
cleavage and her arms are supposed to be showing.
That
That's
makes
so
you could
stupid.
tell, yeah, with the like.
They don't do that
Now
anymore, do
now
they?
they're both teenagers. My
What,
daughter's
the
literally a
censoring?
teenager today.
When this game got ported to the Switch, it's still censored, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I didn't buy it.
Game.
Wait, what is this?
Oh
it's
yeah, this is
You posted a lot of Tokyo
This
Bar.
doesn't look as good based on these screenshots as I remember, like the game looking.
well, this is the Wii U version anyway.
Hey, don't be hating
Nah,
on the
I mean,
Wii
it's
U
still-
version.
This is the inferior version.
The definitive
looks
version,
good.
my friend.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that.
The only thing I
But-
think the Switch version, I think the Switch version includes,
You-
maybe it included DLC. I may be wrong. I do
But
like
for
this
first-
outfit, and this
for
outfit
first-
is censored. This is also
Yeah,
this
that
is
one's censored too. I remember.
Can you
Yeah,
get
'cause
those
I said-
audio clips through your
I said that I
gamepad
prefer it to the
on
bikini.
Switch? Oh no, you can't do
Originally, it was supposed to be a bikini, and they changed it.
Super.
Oh
Freak.
yeah. This is all Fates. I love this
Looks
game.
like
By
she
the way,
wants
You had a lot of time.
And look, you can link. Remember that? Remember that? You
yeah,
can
I
link.
could change the emojis. Fates was an addiction.
Yeah, I mean, look at this.
Oh yeah, you suck about Fates a lot back in the day.
I must be Irish because this.
I don't like the way you
Corn
said
was
it.
the only one from Fates, right?
I like
wasn't
the
suggestive.
tone, bro.
I wasn't being suggestive or anything.
I
you
know, but the you.
I love that Terrell was posting all this stuff though.
Yeah, look at this. You posted
Yeah,
a lot,
Miiverse, ladies and gentlemen, look at this.
dude. Miiverse is. This is
What
why
year
you
are we
need.
at?
Imagine 100 million
probably
people.
still 2016.
Is it going
Yeah,
up?
because that's
Yeah,
Pokken. That's
people.
Pokken. That's Pokken
Yeah.
tournament.
Instead of like 8 million people, 100 million.
Right? Oh my god, 100 million people. Not only that, but
There was
it's like,
a lot of Fates. I'm gonna be real with you. You
even
might have to
those-
scroll
even
down a
those
while before
smallest
you get to a different kind of
have
game.
posts.
What?
Babe wants me Babe wants me to come to bed.
Mustache.
Must-
I'm sitting there like, bro.
Come on over here, daddy.
I come home to a sleeping bag. Dang, Terrell.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
not
I love this
good.
game.
You not
I
drink a
love
lot
this.
back then because you were pretty thirsty.
Commented. Malik JC, remember Malik
Yep,
JC?
Malik, he was good at Mario Kart and Smash.
Up to you to do. Never mind.
Malik JC. Oh, that's I've
I
seen
was-
his
I
name
was-
a long
I was
time.
struck-
wonder.
I probably took way more pictures of this than I should have. That was probably like a minute at a time. I was taking photos. Oh yeah, that was me drawing
And
down
that,
there in the
those
bottom.
level
Well,
of
let's
visuals,
see.
you really have to use your imagination. You know,
Look at that.
ASAP Row.
ASAP Round. And
Oh
he's
yeah, 'cause
ASAP
I was
now.
doing blue. That's why.
32 years, man. God damn.
Oh yeah,
Can't you
I
search
couldn't
by
do the.
most popular?
Can
I
you?
think you can search by like what the most popular.
Oh, look. X.
Oh, Ultimate Fusion.
There you go.
Did I have the spoilers here? I mean, I don't know if I put.
No, this is like your.
No, I didn't know if I.
This is
posted
literally
anything.
like linen. And
This was
Elma-
January
linen.
30th, 2016.
Well,
I was
yeah.
terrified. I
Remember
saw
that
that thing.
dude.
I was horrified.
Flag Nation.
I just like the. I like
Oh,
the
juice.
Look at
Great photo, man. Excellent
there was
composition.
my photo.
Cheek to cheeks.
General Blinkquist failure. Look at that,
Mm,
man.
I love this game so much.
Zelda unlocked. Oh, look. Made it in the black water.
Oh yeah,
Did you play the full
that was
game?
when I think I'm pretty sure I shared that to you.
And
Juice,
going in.
actually.
They
Yeah, go
going
back up.
in.
Did I reply?
I
or
think
anything?
Terrell might be going in.
No, zero.
Yeah.
No, there were replies, but I remember telling you I got that outfit because I had to grind it out. I played that
I'm
game
sh-
like
I'm
unnecessarily
sure you
long.
grind it out. Mhm.
S rank.
Shut up,
nice.
bro.
S rank
S rank.
squad.
Shit.
I was like been rusty since X came into my life, but still killing it like a ball. I think I went back to get the outfits. I think
Did
that's
you
what I
beat, you
did.
beat the game, right?
This game is.
Man in Black Waters, yeah.
Mhm.
It's on my
I
back.
just said that recently. I just said that
Sitting
5
on my
minutes ago.
backlog.
Look, oh yeah.
Do you see
Yeah,
that,
look at
T?
you, so
See my
thirsty, man.
comment?
Oh, because I'm in the bathing suit. That's why.
He's so thirsty.
Yeah, I learned that my unique character wasn't.
8 years
that
later, I
good.
still just accused him of being thirsty.
And then I was back. We were back on Smash. Then some more
Nice
eggs.
to meet with the crew.
Look at that. Look at that backdrop.
Look at this. Look at these memories. You can do this on, I don't know,
anywhere else.
social media stuff. Because nobody's gonna. Because this is like, that's another thing about Miiverse. This isn't just like Twitter.
That's why I was playing old school.
It's all focused on gaming.
Yeah, it's your gaming.
Well,
it's like your gaming history.
Gaming history, right?
On Wii U.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Splatoon.
Oh yeah, that Easter egg that's in that game because it's
Our
based
viewers
off of the...
aren't thinking it's as fantastic, but you know, it's cool.
Well,
I think I was just drawing to
People dropping out left and right.
Oh no!
No, they're not. They're watching magnificent. Look at this! Come on, oh my God!
They're going to archive first and seeing what they can find about themselves.
Like versus now.
Yeah.
Let's watch that and then we'll.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, you got this.
Go back up
I
to
like
that replay. I'm guessing that's you as Nas.
What's with that comment, Harris? You act like it wasn't moderated. It was moderated to some people's chagrin. A lot of people couldn't stand how well it was moderated.
They had. That's probably why they shut it down. Because they had to pay people to constantly moderate, like Robert's comments and stuff.
Yeah.
And you need that in a platform that's E for everyone. Has E for everyone games. Maybe they could have if you're an adult, you could choose like to go in a separate, where more things are allowed. But I mean, it's
Yeah, I mean, in the end of the day, like they just have to. You got the moderators, and I know that's why the last few minutes, people are going crazy, but because what are they gonna do? Who cares? Like it's done. Like,
but you don't need like this is video gaming. You don't need
people.
The bullshit.
Yeah, like people don't message each other through their video game consoles. They do it all the time.
Yeah.
Because Nintendo doesn't want to do it. Oh, there's a good reason. There's a good reason why. No, they just don't fucking want to do it. They can do it.
Yeah. And like, dude, this is literally the perfect. To me, this was the best social media app.
Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with problem people, just like in everything.
But because it's so focused, you're not gonna get a bunch of nonsense in here because it's all video game related. Like you have to have the game to comment in these communities.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have that?
And they did expand it to 3DS owners, which was 70 million people. So they still had a lot of. They constantly were moderating everything, and they were good at it, man. And with the way AIs and shit now, like they could just remove things.
Yeah, it would be problematic if they're like.
No, but the idea that the times that has always been a problem. That was a problem before we had social media.
I think I was just happy I got it too.
That's always been a problem. We just didn't hear about it because we didn't have social media. But that that's always going to be a problem in society.
I would just hope like it wouldn't be like what guy commented on a TikTok video at work. It was a football clip or something. And I forget what he said. He didn't say it wasn't sissy, but it was like something just the most minor thing. And he was like, "Yeah, that I got blocked for saying that." I'm like, "What?" So I mean, there is going too far, but you also got to understand there's gonna be kids. It's an E for everyone.
You don't have to say sissy.
Whatever. It wasn't sissy. It was something.
I'm just saying whatever that word was. I'm sure you didn't have to say it.
Sonic Boom. Finally finished this game, and I'll be honest, I haven't disliked the Sonic game.
Yeah, it wasn't even a name con. I gave it. That's a bad example.
Say whatever you want at work. No.
This is such a glitchy, basic, boring game.
Oh, you can say it, but you might lose your job.
I'm
surprised I wrote a review for this.
And buy Sonic Lost World.
I hate this fucking game.
It's so bad. Why did you bother finishing it? My inner Sonic fan tells me to finish before judging. He makes life hard sometimes. I don't get why people stand clearly next to a piece of garbage and it's an amazing game. Wait, I don't get why people stand.
It's people.
Oh,
was that
this guy really likes
the Wii?
Wait, what was the main comment?
Me reviewing Boom after I finished it.
Was this? Finally finished this game.
I was so angry.
Of course, because there's always gonna be people. No matter what it is, you can have a pile. You can have a literal pile of poop, and somebody's gonna defend.
Oh, that's right. Because when they had a Crunchyroll to Wii U, I was talking about that.
All right, you have people comment and comment and dude, it's amazing.
All right, start exposing my history, man.
All right,
there's gonna be somebody to defend it.
I forgot I wrote that.
What?
I no longer have it shared.
No, go
on
back.
The screen,
there's a picture. There was a picture. Go back.
The viewers can't see it, so let's.
Yeah, there we go.
So let me ask you this. Somebody said it earlier in the chat. I don't remember if we specifically talked about this. The Switch 2 name, I know a couple people, Robo Rule 2 is the most notable, I don't remember if he thinks it's lame or people he was arguing that it isn't lame. Some people are trying to say the Switch 2 name is stupid if that's real. Like, I'm like, because Nintendo's never did it and they always have unique names, and I think it's time to get away from like this idea that Nintendo has to be different just to be different anymore. Like, I think this is the perfect time to just have a number after your system. And like, I think we did talk about, because I said Sony, it works every time for PlayStation, so why won't it work for Nintendo? Why try to come up with some crazy name for a system when it's just the Switch 2? So how do you guys feel about that name, if that's the real name?
I'm fine with the Switch 2.
Absolutely. Like, it has to be Switch 2. I don't think it can't afford to be anything else other than Switch 2. You're risking too much, man. Just call it Switch 2 and end your day. That's it.
Just don't call it the Switch 720 or some 480.
Exactly. Just call it the Switch 2. It's done. We're like, oh my god. Well, I saw some people, and that's why some people are just new in these Nintendo streets where they're like, well, isn't that why look at the Wii U? I'm like, look at the Wii U. Clearly, you don't understand. The Wii U and the Switch 2 are completely different. If it was called Wii 2, that'd be a lot different, but calling it the Wii U is what made it so confusing.
They should call it the Wii New.
I honestly think the Xbox One's name, obviously plus the extra $100 price, I mean, that system, they made so many bad decisions with that, but I mean, that was dumb. Everyone said it. Like, how are we gonna talk about the original Xbox before people call it the original Xbox? We're like, what do we call the first Xbox? Like, it's just so weird.
Yeah, I don't get that one at all. Call it Xbox
also,
One is one of the worst.
A weird thing popped up where Nintendo put out this long patent, and it's basically just DLSS, like in very descriptive form. They're using the same terminology. And I wasn't going to read it, but the breakdown on Digital Foundry, one of them read the whole thing, and they're like, yeah, the thing that keeps coming up is turning 540p into 1080. Like, that was the reoccurring, whether it was just the example they were using or if that's really what they just want it to be able to do, 540 native to upscale to 1080, if that's really like what their goal is. I mean, if you got to run it at 540 native, that's going to free up a lot for performance and stuff. And if you can get a near 1080p visual output, like, it also was part of the patent, I think, was to save file space, like so the games wouldn't be as big, because you don't have to have the native high resolution textures and stuff. So that sounds like, that would be something Nintendo would be looking to do, because of trying to get some of these major games onto a cartridge is going to be a challenge for a lot of these third-party companies. So if they can pull that off, and that like significantly decreases the size of games, that would be huge.
Yeah.
But it is kind of weird to be in 2025 and they're just hoping to get a 1080p output. Like, I know. I mean, it's a handheld, so that's and 1080 looks fine. Don't get me wrong. Smash Ultimate is one of the best looking games I've seen on my new TV. So.
And the DLSS is gonna do wonders, man. Gonna do wonders.
But according to this, the DLSS is getting it to 1080, not going above. Ooh. So. But like I said, Smash Ultimate running native 1080p looks absolutely phenomenal. So I'm not worried about if 1080p is the target.
Ain't nothing wrong with 1080p.
Well, also, I mean,
my mama grew up on 1080p. What the fuck?
I know there's a lot of people like, oh, well, hardware-wise, if it's like a base PS4 or whatever, and it's and a lot of people forget that, like, one, we never really quite left that generation yet, and all those games could be so easily downscaled to a PS4, like even the craziest games like could scale it back. Like it honestly, like 99.9% of the games.
The Switch One already has some of those, but the compromises are pretty extreme. If they
but it's a completely different like playing field. You know what I mean?
Like just closer to just what the PS4 games look look now.
I mean, like, look at,
That's
you
a
know,
pretty
something
big
like The
leap.
Last of Us Part Two and stuff like that. Like that shit was on running on a base PS4, and it looks
I
insane,
would,
and it
you
still
know,
is one of the best looking games, I think. So
I'd
it's
love
like,
Nintendo to get back to a little more consistent 60 FPS as a standard. Not every game needs it. Like, does that Animal Crossing need to be at 60? Like for what it is? No. You know, they could
yeah, I mean,
give the best looking visuals you can possibly get out of that at 30. It's gonna be fine. But you know, I'd like to see a little
I think
more.
you might see that though this gen is just because, and you'll definitely see it. Well, this sounds ridiculous. If it's not this gen, for sure the next gen, because because you know, like, the way these consoles are, like, you know, at some point we you kind of hit the ceiling for a lot of developers and what they personally do in terms of, like, you know, visuals and stuff like that, and eventually it just be all frame rates. I mean, like, most games aren't taking 100% power of the PS5 if it's not a AAA quadruple budget
Mm-hmm.
GTA 6 and stuff like that, that you're just like, every indie game in the world will be able to run on the Switch too. Every Most third party games should be able to run on the Switch too. So it's going to be a very different thing than the Switch, you know, the miracle ports. I don't think you're going to hear that as much unless you get like a GTA 6. Then it'd be like, wow, that's a miracle port, you know. But other than that, I think you're gonna see a lot more
I
like
would be.
just imports.
I'd be. I don't think it's gonna be PS4, like full PS4 level visuals. I mean, a lot of PS4 games run at native 1080p. Like there
Yeah,
was the whole upscaling thing didn't start till the ninth generation. Like, so Red
yeah,
Dead Redemption 2 is native 1080p 30 FPS
yeah.
on the
And look at that
PS4,
game;
and it's like
it looks insane.
looks crazy. I don't think the
Like
Switch
real
2.
life.
I don't think the Switch 2 would be able to
With
do
the
that.
horse balls with them.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect the Switch 2 dock to be able to do native 1080p Red Dead Redemption 2 level visuals. So that's where the 540p upscaling to 1080 comes in. That gets you quite a bit. So as long as the DLS, whatever it uses, the end result looks just as good. Like in a lot of cases, DLSS looks just as good as native 4K. The upscale version, side by side, zoomed in, whatever, it still looks just as good, and it gives you so much more performance. So hopefully that patent, like I said, decreases the file sizes, so you don't have crazy 100 gigabyte games. And if that is a legit motherboard, then it's a 256 gig storage built into the system with potentially, I guess, a SD Express or something, which is like super fast SD technology that Samsung's trying to get out. So, I mean, all that stuff would be great. Like super fast loading times, fast storage, the upscaling to keep the performance and still have nice looking visuals. I mean, it all sounds like a winner. And then what Nintendo's going to do with it from their software side is what's going
That's
to
what I'm
really
saying.
make
Like
it.
they're gonna kill it absolutely, and I think you're gonna see a lot more of that. Like I said, consistent FPS, 60. I don't know if, you know, I still don't know if someone like Monolith Soft's gonna target that
No,
by any
I
chance,
don't.
but
I wouldn't expect them to target.
but like, you know, I think you'll see it for a lot. And I mean, you know, I'm very curious what they'll do with the backwards compatibility, if they're gonna do anything in terms of like, hey, you know, this will run at
That's
a high frame rate and stuff.
that would be
I'm
surprising actually.
It'll
I
be
could see it
surprising, and
run at a
I have
better.
a feeling we're gonna see some remasters in that case.
I
To
think
be
if the
honest with you.
game is an uncapped like Echoes of Wisdom, where it goes from 30 to 60, it's just gonna run at the 60. It's not gonna drop.
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors, I would hope, just stays at 30 FPS. If a game has a fluctuating frame rate, I expect it at the very least to smooth that out. I don't expect enhancements on top of that though. I don't expect like, hey, we're gonna now make what would be like Luigi's Mansion is now gonna run at 60 FPS. I don't see that kind of
It
stuff
would
happening.
give them an excuse though to repackage it. You know, if
Yeah,
you already have it, you know, it would give them an excuse because, I mean, look at the Wii U ports, man. They're gonna want to do something like that again.
I
You
hope
know what I
not.
mean?
I hope not. But it would be
But if it's
nice
too
if they're
early,
like,
they're gonna
hey,
want to do something.
this game runs at a lock 30, 1080p. Switch 2 will unlock 60 FPS, but they'd actually have to go in and add unlock the frame rate toggle or something. But Crows.
Budget is killing me today, bro. Budget is killing me.
Wow.
Wonder if Pogo still look like it belongs on the 3DS.
I'm trying to keep it together, but he's dropping dimes in there, right?
How's that Scarlet and Violet? Did they ever get that performance patch?
I don't think so. No. I don't remember they ever
No.
did anyway.
Right, Terrell? He's being very funny, isn't he?
No, he's so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny. He's so fucking funny.
Well, I mean, like honestly though, like if Pokemon's
Oh my
still
God.
somehow lagging behind in terms of with this type of power, like I don't know what the fuck they doing over there. You know, like,
I mean,
Hey,
Arceus
maybe
looks pretty good.
The game's
at
still slow, so maybe Nintendo, decides there's nothing wrong. It's perfect. So
well, maybe it'll be
because
like,
that's what a lot of defensive fans policy is.
maybe
Nintendo
it'll
says
look
it doesn't.
as like a Switch game. So the Switch 2 Pokemon will
It'll
be
finally look like a
bought
Switch
for-
game.
Lord Almighty.
Yeah.
Why does this happen, man?
I will say, there's some spots in Arceus where I'm like, I literally took off-screen
Arceus looks
footage.
good
I'm
in a
like,
lot of
this looks
Yeah, I mean,
really good.
I
We
do think they
like
all look pretty
Arceus.
good, but
If they had if that game would have cooked for another year and they could have really, instead of some of the quick, you could tell some of the buildings were just copy paste. There's a lot of
Yeah.
repeating.
I'm fine with
textures.
that.
But
people are excited, man. Pokemon Legends ZA, the ZA.
does that have a release window or no?
2025. That's it. I really thought it was gonna be this month. Like I thought for sure it'd be this month. They announced it, and remember how they did it for Legends Arceus? They announced it, then it came out in January. So I'm surprised that that's not the same case. Which to me means they're gonna line it up with the Switch 2. I feel like they kind of have to.
If we don't, the way I always looked at it was, if we don't get a direct this month,
But don't they usually do
That-
a Pokemon one in February? or-
well, it's the anniversary of the original game's release. It's in February, but I'm saying if it's not announced
Ooh.
before, that, that makes me think that Arceus is meant to be the holiday game, which will be the first time since 2006 that we've had a Pokemon gen last more than 3 years. So
It should be good.
Did they reveal that last year in February?
it really, yeah, it's been like a year, but the problem is we haven't seen,
Hey
we
man,
haven't seen anything else. From,
inflation and COVID and inflation and COVID.
what the fuck?
And the bird
That's,
flu.
that's your excuse. And bird
my
flu.
god! No, my lord!
That's why things have lasted longer. That's why we still getting games on the fucking PS4 and Xbox.
What the fuck?
Fuck, I can't even think of the name of the fucking thing. Ooh,
Bird flu.
That's
not what
why.
he was
That's
referring-
why. It's
I
bird
hate
flu.
it. I hate it.
It's
I hate
COVID.
it all.
But in these COVID times, can we say COVID on? Can we say COVID on YouTube now without getting?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think at this point they're like, yeah.
So
We better be able
stupid.
to. That'd be absurd.
This is stupid.
I'm rewatching the ZA trailer to see if there's any.
Legend ZA. I still can't, but the ZA is crazy to me. I know ZA, but it's literally ZA.
It definitely doesn't look
Go have some of that
much
ZA.
beyond
Some of that Legend
the
ZA.
first one. If this is actual
What are you looking at?
Pokemon Legends ZA gameplay trailer, maybe it's
It's
fake.
not really a game. It's not really a gameplay trailer. It's like a
Like a
teaser.
CGI trailer, like a
No,
reveal.
this
Yeah, it
must
was
be
like a-
fake
it was like a
then,
CGI
'cause this is
teaser.
showing all kinds of stuff.
Like I said, they haven't shown any gameplay of it since, which has been.
So what is this?
That's why I
footage
said
from,
if
wonder?
I'm assuming we're getting some sort of January Nintendo Direct. If I do not see it there, and I only see it in February, that tells me there's a
Do you
high
think-
Is
chance
this
it's
real
not
or
going to
fake?
show.
'Cause I just watched this whole thing and I'm like,
Well, let me see.
oh, it's a fan made trailer.
It
Said
tells you
it
in the
right in the
beginning. You
beginning.
know how to read,
Because I
man.
was like, well, I didn't see that.
Nah,
part.
man, you didn't even read.
I was like, doesn't look much better than the
They
first.
told
game.
you what was up, and you didn't even read, man.
Well, rate the trailer as a fan made trailer.
It's just using
Wait, the
models.
trailer's a fan
All
made
it's
trailer.
using, all it did was take the models from the 3DS and upscale
That's from
them.
Legends Arceus, isn't it?
No, these are
That one right there.
These are no. Oh, the background, yeah, maybe.
The
I'm saying
background.
these animations and designs are all from the
That-
3DS.
That's like that background
That's
from Brilliant
gotta
Diamond.
be.
Isn't that
that's-
like
yeah,
Brilliant
yeah,
Diamond?
it's Brilliant
Shining
Diamond.
Pearl?
Yeah, it's Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl.
I don't know. Some of the shots look pretty good actually.
Looks like
Well, 'cause,
Pokemon.
I mean, to be fair, the Pokemon games,
Like, that looked
especially the
good.
character models,
looks
always
like
look
Gale
pretty
of
good.
Yeah,
Darkness.
they took the model and then they upscaled it.
They took the model from the GameCube.
No, they took the model from the 3DS.
Can't
Some of
trust
these models are
anything
from the
these
3DS.
days. At least they told you right up front. Hey, this is a.
I know, as long as people read, it was crazy, man.
Yeah, now I remember. It was
I mean,
like
look, in the end of the day,
wireframe.
I think I was very surprised that they didn't release it in January, and so I think with this Pokemon
today,
Presents,
bro.
whenever that is, I think if they don't have it there, then it's for sure at the Switch
Shit.
announcement thing, whatever they'll do.
Yeah.
You know, the Switch 2 announcement thing. I feel like they'd want to have it there. You know, it's like well,
Not.
it depends on what they do. I mean, do you guys even think they're gonna have like a reveal like the January 2017 presentation? I don't think so at this point. I
That's
think
What do you
they've already
think? What do you
done it.
think you're
You
gonna
think it's
get?
just gonna be a trailer like the?
I think it's just gonna be a trailer, and then yeah, I don't know. I have no. I never even thought about it, to be honest. I thought for sure.
Yeah,
I'm
we
thinking
didn't-
January 2017.
Yeah, we didn't predict that. Do you think there's gonna be like a people talking on stage, or is it gonna be like a Nintendo Direct where it's just all pre-done?
Knowing Nintendo, I don't think it will be what we got for Switch, because it's like they're like, well, everybody knows what Switch is,
Mm-hmm.
so it'll probably just be like a direct type of deal.
Damn, man.
That's
Yeah, it's
my
probably gonna
guess.
be like a Direct.
I like the 2017 presentation. I like that.
Yeah, but it made sense to do it
Kinda
for
had to.
Switch.
Yeah, because they had to kind of sell
Yeah.
the concept, the HD
Yeah.
Rumble, and
But everybody knows Switch now at this point.
Damn, that's
They're not gonna-
crazy.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna do the same thing.
I tell you what, it would suck to wake up and like here we're gonna reveal a trailer and it's literally just a console trailer, no games. You get like short clips of games like the.
Oh no, I don't think. No. I think it would be a presentation within a direct. It won't be some big live people walking out on stage thing. I think it'll be
Yeah.
cut, and this is what's coming, and this is
have,
what it can do. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
not gonna be like
Zoom
yeah.
like a fucking PlayStation trailer. You know, here's the next PlayStation. You have this fucking device and fucking and shadow flying around for 2 minutes. What is that? Oh my god, the hype is insane, and that's all you get. That's the trailer. It's like, what the fuck?
Can we take this time to say Retro Death almost gave a prediction for the Switch 2's release? He said July 2025. After all this,
No, he gave a date, but it was Sunday, and then I was like,
after
bro,
all
Sunday.
all this,
Yeah.
he was right because he said 10 years, like right early on.
He said 10 years ago. So
And
so
I said, dude,
he has
just
to be
tell
right.
us, give us a real date. It took a lot of poking to get him to say July, and clocked it. He said the same. He thinks
Poking?
early March for the reveal, and then like a June release. I think
It was like a June date.
But I'm sorry, July is like the worst month you
Yeah.
could release something, especially a video game console.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody's out of school.
I think he
there
just
won't
threw
be
that
any-
out. He threw that out so I could be quiet.
It should be different.
Yeah, the Retro and Robert debates go on a long time.
They go, well,
Dude, I got.
what? They're
I was-
legendary in the
I
chat.
put my phone down. Started watching Zack Snyder's Justice League. I was on disc 2, like 2.
That's a big ass movie.
And I was
long
like,
ass
I'll put disc 2 in. I'll go take a bathroom break. I checked my phone and they were still going. I was like, are you kidding me, guys? Like, they
Retro feeds of it. It's like a vampire. I love this.
So he said July 20th, right? But then
That's like
if
a
you,
Sunday.
I said that's a Sunday, so he said the Thursday before it. So that would
What?
be
17?
the 17th, July 17th. That's his
No.
prediction.
That's just
That's
like
his
the
prediction.
worst.
And then
July,
Baka says
the dead of summer.
Baka says it will be revealed on March 6th and launch on the 20th of June. That's what he thinks.
Somebody's close to somebody's birthday.
You might as well wait to September at that point. That's a more logical release date for a console.
Yeah.
They've done September. They did. It was the N64 was September. Like that.
Sure.
That's close enough to the holiday, the season or whatever.
How would you feel about
July?
a birthday?
Why not August?
A birthday Switch 2 release there, Terrell.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad about it.
I predict it's going to release on my birthday.
No, you don't
25.
deserve it. You give it my
Bro,
birthday.
November
November
would
21st.
be crazy.
That would be, especially with all the rumors coming out and the
Oh, I
that
forgot
would
to
be
bring up the most important
insane.
part in the title.
The fucking shells.
Should
what is-
Nintendo move
The third-party
if,
stuff.
If that's really the Joy-Con and that was really the motherboard, and they were thinking like, let's reveal this in like February or March, do you think that at this point they should just say, fuck it, let's just put out a trailer or something? Or,
I think Nintendo's too stubborn to
No,
care.
I think
don't care.
it amps up the discussion, so there's more people talking about it and stuff. So I don't think they need to really like.
but if it's
amp
like
it up.
I don't think it makes- I don't
if
think it makes
those
a
are
difference,
photos
though.
or like the
Yeah.
actual hardware that
Yeah.
somebody in China got, like, it seems like you either gotta wait and let all that try to maybe fade, or you just gotta just come out and say, yeah, this is what it is. But
It's still not enough to move them. What's been shown so far. I don't.
Do
think
you
it's
have
enough.
the written? I'm pretty sure I said January something, so it should be coming
Oh,
pretty soon.
yeah.
What the fuck?
you
Oh.
said January 23rd.
January 23rd, baby. We're getting close.
Sandstorm
I
said
literally
the
every day I'd be
16th.
thinking. I'm like, well, I don't actually think about it too much.
And Terrell
I
said the
know just one
20th.
day it's gonna drop.
Terrell said
Yeah.
the 20th, so his is the
The
first one
20th, you
coming
said?
up.
Okay, so
Or no,
you said
Sandstorm is
gambling then.
first. Sandstorm
What
Where's
was mine?
Sandstorms?
I
And
said February, right?
You said February 20th.
wait, when did he say?
wait. What was
What did he
Sandstorms
say?
again?
Sandstorm thinks 10 days from now we're gonna get the Switch reveal.
So
Oh,
the
16th.
16th.
I mean,
I thought we
I,
were gonna get it- I thought we were gonna get it
23rd.
last year.
Almighty.
so yeah, that would be. I mean, I'd be all for it. The sooner the better at this point, but
For sure.
I don't think so.
Especially because like we are officially in this year where where there's nothing on the Switch other than Metroid Prime 4, and we know that's coming to Switch 2 essentially. We don't
ZA,
actually know, but we
Pokemon
know.
ZA and
And
Pokemon's
Pokemon.
it's
Pretty
Pokemon
much
Zone.
figured
like
that would be on.
isn't there like a Layton, Professor Layton?
Yeah, but it's not from
Yeah,
Nintendo. It's
but
not, like
that's not-
it's not Nintendo
Yeah,
made.
it's not
You know what I mean? Like
exclusive.
literally, like
Yeah.
think about it. Like from Nintendo, this is like a
Xenoblade
blank
Chronicles
year.
X.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
and-
Donkey Kong. We have
Donkey
Donkey
Kong
Kong.
hasn't come out yet.
It's
They
supposed to be-
continued-
Is it this
It
week
comes
or next
out
week?
like next week or something like that.
They continue to release Pokemon games on the DS when the 3DS that came out. So
Mhm.
don't think
Yeah.
Nintendo has a problem with that at all.
No, I know,
Well,
but
this is
regardless,
also not a
at least
mainline
they're
game
backwards
either.
compatible.
It's not a
You need
mainline
it.
game on top of it all. They
No,
did
it
it to a
wasn't.
mainline game on the DS, and people were pissed. Why isn't this a
I thought
3DS
Legend
game?
was considered main. Like, I
It's
thought that
not
was
considered-
considered-
Black
no,
and White
it's-
2.
Black and White 2
Yeah.
was a mainline game, yeah.
Black and White too, yeah.
Super Bowl commercial. That's a J Biggs. That's a good point.
When is the
That's
Super
true
Bowl?
too. If they want to repeat it,
February
that's
6th.
February, right?
6th or 8th.
Ooh. So that would put
But if
I
they
know
wanna
because my
repeat it, they
team's
gotta
gonna
have
be
it out.
be in there. I'm just calling it now.
If they gotta repeat it,
Oh,
man. If
oh,
they want to
you put it
repeat
out
the
there.
success,
Hmm
Oh,
I hate to do that because
I love that Super Bowl commercial, man. That
that's,
Super Bowl.
that's bad luck.
Yeah.
My best buddy texted me and said, Bills Bucks in the Super Bowl. I was like, man, because he's a Bills fan and I'm a Bucks fan, so like that would be fun. That'd be great. But
But yeah,
I don't
Super
know
Bowl
if that's gonna happen.
commercials. I mean, they haven't got cheaper in the last 8 years. That's for sure.
No, because people actually still watch.
But neither
NFL,
has
unlike
Nintendo's
NBA.
pockets.
No,
Nintendo's
yeah, Nintendo
pockets
has the
only
money,
got
but
richer.
do they have the need to do a Super Bowl ad? Remember that
know.
was Rule 2 was so mad because he hated Imagine Dragons at the time. I don't know if he
Imagine
still hates them, but
That
he-
was a great commercial,
Yeah,
man. That was
the
an
song
awesome
fit
commercial.
It was
perfectly.
perfect. It was perfect.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that song because the only song is the Arcane theme intro music
Would you
song.
bring me out, you bring me
It has
out,
a similar,
believe
yeah.
up,
Okay,
believe up.
Yep.
Hey,
something about the first something.
First things first, blah 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 blah
Yeah.
blah blah blah. Yeah.
Robert, you
I'm
gotta watch
tired
Arcane
of
someday.
I actually like the song because it just for me it felt
It's a good
perfect
song.
for the Switch.
Those guys have a lot of, like, they had a lot of variety, and now I feel like, I don't know about now, but the last few newer songs I heard, it feels like they're trying that same formula from that song, but because the Arcane theme is kind of a similar feel.
Well, I
It
think
sounds similar, yeah.
I think Believer's like their biggest song or something. Like one
They
of
have
them, at least
like
for
before
sure.
that, they had a lot of songs I didn't know were them. Like after that trailer came out, I looked into them a little bit.
What a time! What a time!
Yeah, what
What a
a
time.
yeah. That shit's crazy. 8 years ago.
Especially after the failure of the Wii U.
Yeah, we're coming up on it.
Come
8
out
years.
strong on that.
Nuts.
Years of the
Absolutely
Switch.
nuts.
Dude,
So
and
good as for us Nintendo fans.
8 fucking years.
Yeah, right now that I see that is literally their number one song still on Spotify.
Dude, we were
Is
like,
Believer.
We're getting
What are the odds though?
200.
That
We're getting 100+ live viewers. 2,000 like around the Switch reveal to the Switch
Let's
launch.
do it again. We got to hold them this time.
And
He's
then I
gonna get
turned,
all
I
salty.
turned on Nintendo.
Ain't turning into salty Nintendo fans.
Yeah, I gotta just ride the wave, man.
We gotta butter them up the entire time. They love everything.
Scarf Tail. When Eurogamer leaked the Switch, Nintendo still waited. Yeah, that's true. They waited from June to October. So, but something else I wanted to bring up.
Yo, one real quick, that Nintendo got lucky. I'm sure that song is way more expensive because it came out in February 2017. The song before it was their number one hit of all time. I'm sure now if they wanted to license that song, it's way more money.
Well, it's not going to be that song. Somebody else is going to come with a new song, and Nintendo's going to be sniffing around trying to find that next song because that's what companies do.
Mm-hmm.
I remember, I remember Men in Black, right? The fucking Will Smith's Men in Black song was it helped that movie.
Mm-hmm.
It was such a popular song. It helped propel the movie.
Songs could help propel movies.
Right. He tried it again.
With
that didn't work out too
well.
That second song. No. He had a song for Men in Black 2 that was not nearly as strong.
Same thing with Wild West though. That song was
Wild West actually. Yeah. Wild West was a good.
I don't think
it was a good song.
Was a huge hit though.
No, it was a hit song. The movie wasn't a hit.
Yeah, the movie was. The song did better than the movie.
Failures, I guess.
Yeah, the movie sucked ass. I mean,
it's trash.
Some stuff you can't make better.
I wonder how that.
I remember they used to sell Burger King toys in that movie, by the way.
But I was going to ask you guys, since we don't know how long Nintendo's started.
Turned on the Matrix to be in that shit, by the way.
Developing.
Good choice.
That's crazy to me, bro. Hey T, I'm gonna ask you a question about Will
gaming.
Later.
I'm still talking gaming here.
Oh, now we talk about game. I want to talk about some music. It's a fucking fine. You said talk about movies for 30 goddamn minutes.
Wants to talk about gaming now.
The Switch 2 launch. How long? We don't know how long games have been in development. Do you expect the launch titles to be significantly visually more impressive than Switch 1? And then also, do you think it's going to be one of those a system where it's going to be 5 years down the road, they're really going to take it. I know they did with the Switch 1 past what I expected, Xenoblade Chronicles 3, some of the stuff they pulled off, but I feel I don't know why, I just feel this system's going to be an even bigger gap between the launch games and years 2, 3, 4.
The end games.
So
maybe.
You're probably right, only because a lot more third party will be not bullshitting this time. And they'll feel like they have more time because they'll be getting bigger third-party games up front, unlike they did on the Switch.
And also day and date. Do you think we'll see more day and
date? Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we'll see more day and date for sure. But also, I think
you can thank the Steam Deck for that.
not only, but I think stuff there's probably been games in production that were meant for Switch, like a Mario Kart 9. I would be stunned that they didn't think about, we're making a Mario Kart for the system at some
There's
point.
no way. It's just not possible.
And then it just ended up, I'm sure that's just been done for years already. Mm-hmm. And so it's it'd be tough to, I'm sure they had time. They definitely had time to improve the visuals and stuff.
Yeah, maybe that's something they could, the core games there, and then it's the last year or so.
Maybe. Same thing with the 3D Mario.
Could be a visually impressive game.
Wow. It should be
because Mario Kart games have always been visually impressive. So.
Well, yeah, I wonder if that's if I'm sure they're kind of shitting their pants in some ways where it's all right, this is their best, this game sold way more than we ever thought. We have to keep polishing this game. It's almost they probably have a team that's been polishing it for the last 3 years. That's all they do. That's all they adding little squeaky clean things that they could add. You know what I mean? To make it super visually appealing. I have a feeling that's.
I tell you, one company that probably hopes the Switch 2 is coming out sooner than later would be Capcom. With Monster Hunter Wilds coming out, I'm sure they'd love to have a Nintendo platform to release that on.
Yeah.
I'm going to
actually, when does that come out?
Video real quick here, and just say that I wouldn't be surprised if Astrobot ended up on that bitch.
Yeah.
On the Switch 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's a theory of mine.
Some of the functions they'd have
end up on there.
They'd have to dumb down some of the adaptive trigger stuff, but they could.
It comes out
get
February.
Away without it.
Yeah. Because I was about to say maybe Monster Hunter Wilds tells us the release date.
Yeah. And is that even coming to PS4 and Xbox One? Monster Hunter Wilds? I don't even know if that's a
No,
I
I'm
don't
sure
think
it's
so.
only on
Yeah.
PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So I mean, that's one that like honestly I was thinking, just looked up, maybe that's the release date of the Switch 2 is Monster Hunter Wilds, but no, I guess not. February 28th, that's too soon. I wonder if there's a game out there that's like, oh, we're working with Nintendo to make that a launch title, and they already have the release date out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just waiting there.
That was
When does
one of
Elden
the
Ring come out? Elden Ring, Night something,
June
Night
something.
Rosa.
Did it have a month?
Damn it. Oh, is
Was
that
it
what it is?
Nightborn
That's when it's gonna drop
Night
on Switch
Rain?
too.
Night
or
Rain?
Night Rain?
Let's see. Oh, it's just scheduled. Just
You
scheduled.
remember? You remember the excuses people were making about why third-party games weren't coming out? Well, they didn't get the development kits early enough. Once they get the development kits, and then they still never got a bunch.
Or they
Hey
couldn't
man,
make
I
it
thought
work
that,
with
man.
just one Joy-Con. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Somebody
The
said
They
third
had to
party
make it
situation
one
is gonna be
Joy-Con.
interesting this time around. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hmm?
We're gonna see if third parties put their money where their mouth is this time.
I mean, they
I
put
mean, yeah, they literally have to.
they
Like,
put plenty of
you'd be
games. They just
losing
had
out on
to.
money.
They had
Lost
to.
a lot of money.
No, what we got
They
was
had to do a lot of older
$100.
games because that's what they could get running on the system.
I understood it, but that's why I said this is gonna be more of the true test of it.
Yeah,
Last time
absolutely.
Last time it was, oh, we got to play catch up. Nintendo owners never had Borderlands. We never had BioShock.
Yeah.
I'm like, cool.
Borderlands 4 better be on the
I'm
Switch
like,
too.
yeah. I'm like, cool.
Fucking,
That's fine.
you know,
But now you don't have those titles to use as the excuse. We've had
Yep.
Darkstalkers. We've had Witcher. Like you can't
yeah.
act like we ain't
I
had
wouldn't
these
expect
games.
Witcher
Just
4 on the
pretend they never
Switch,
said that before, and they'll just keep saying.
Well, Witcher 4 may not come out till next generation.
No, but the point I'm making is that I don't
They're
want.
gonna push the visuals. heavy in
My
there.
point is I don't want Switch 2 to be more of like 360 PS3 ports.
It's gonna be
At this point, they
8th gen
can't. And also,
ports.
yeah, there are stuff like Borderlands
Right.
4 should come to Switch too. It
You're
has
gonna be
to.
getting a lot of like
You mean a lot of PS4
a lot of
and
PS4, Xbox One
original Xbox, Xbox One, yeah.
games that didn't come. Like you get like trying to think
Elden
of
Ring,
Elden Ring, or going like Borderlands 3,
Baldur's
sticking with
Gate 3 will be landing there or something.
possibly
Mhm.
Baldur's
I
Gate.
think you could do. I think you could do Baldur's Gate.
Stuff.
But see,
like,
those are games that we're going from
Assassin's
games.
Creed,
But here's the thing: we're going
Ubisoft's
from
still
games that were
business.
like 10 years old to like maybe a year or two old, and that's a little
Yeah.
bit. That's a lot better.
Then
to
when
me.
they release it, they gotta come launch to us. They gotta come launch.
Well, yeah, I know. I'm just using it as a baseline.
What's,
Like,
honestly,
maybe
if you
Grand
have,
Theft Auto 5.
Oh,
say
man.
what?
Grand Theft Auto
Grand
5,
Theft
maybe.
Auto
Probably.
Hogwarts.
If you no, they're
Hogwarts
not
already
doing
Just
did
the
that.
it.
fuck with Nintendo owners. Here comes
Red Dead
GTA 6.
Redemption
but-
2.
GTA 5.
Well, Red Dead Redemption
Yeah,
2.
like everyone else is getting GTA 6. Nintendo owners, I got a special treat for you. Grand Theft Auto 5. Oh,
Death Stranding.
oh
You
shit!
can get
Xbox 360 version.
Mom, I'm grabbing my Switch too. Playing Grand Theft Auto again for the last.
Imagine playing Death
decade.
Stranding while you're laying on your couch.
Oh, I'll just
Death
die.
Stranding
I
could
could
come.
Dang, I
do
won't be
that
stranded.
now.
I'll just be dead. The
I
fuck?
can do that now.
That's funny. You know what? Death Stranding could come.
I guess that'll be.
Thanks,
Still-
Kojima.
Will that still be a thing? I can lay back on my couch and play these games because we got a lot of
Absolutely.
options right
The
now.
thing that's gonna crack me up
That
is
with.
if we get Death Stranding, Nintendo fans are gonna be like the kids where their mother gave them some shit they don't want, but they gotta be polite about it. So it's like, honey, look, your grandma bought you Death Stranding. Aren't you excited? I'm so excited, Grandma.
Anybody
I
who
love
play
Death Stranding.
Death Stranding 1, are you excited for 2? Like, if you didn't play 1, you like, man.
No, I think Death Stranding 1 will come to Switch 2 because it just
I know,
came
yeah.
out on.
It'll be
No, I'm not-
native 360p. Sorry.
Non-fans
No.
are not going to be excited about that.
I don't think anyone's
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah.
excited because it's Death Stranding. I'm gonna just be real.
It's
with
Death
you.
Stranding, bro. You want to try to charge me full price for that shit? Get the fuck out of here.
Again, like-
Kojima's gonna be like, aren't you Nintendo fans excited to have a Kojima game on your console?
See, the thing
No,
is,
I mean
if-
yes, totally.
I got that shit for free on Humble Bundle. You think I'm gonna pay $60 for this?
Listen. If we don't buy this, we won't get Death Stranding 2, T.
Yeah, I'm way past those logic lines that people used to drop
Hey man, I'm not
you
gonna.
support this game, man. That way they'll bring these up. Nah, that's some bullshit right there.
I made a video on that. I thought for sure, you know, I was a little bit younger, more naive. I was like, yo, if we buy LA Noire, GTA 5 will come. You know?
No, absolutely not.
You know,
Absolutely not.
test the waters with GTA 5, not no fucking LA Noire, which nobody bought the first time. Like that's some bull.
The funny thing is, LA
Some
Noir
bullshit.
was a pretty
No,
cool,
I
like
like LA
graphical.
Noire. I bought it on 360. I like the game. But what I'm saying is, that's not the game you test the waters with.
Yes.
The game that fucking failed.
Yeah, that was a weird
You
decision.
gotta buy this game, and that's some marketing bullshit to make money off a game they ain't make no money off of and shit. That's all that shit.
So are you saying you're not gonna buy T?
Hey, man, no, I'm not buying LA Noire.
T, come
on
on, T, please.
I'm not
T,
buying
what
LA Noire
about
on
the
Switch
what
2.
about Grand Theft Auto? What about the kids that want to play GTA 5 in 2025 and not?
What about
GTA. I wish
Cyberpunk?
I would buy that game again.
Please,
I
T.
wish I would buy that shit again.
I like the idea that T is the core reason whether or not we get Grand Theft Auto 5 on the Switch. T,
Come on, man.
come on, bro.
It happens just like that. It's magic.
No, but to be fair though, if
What I gotta do, man?
You won't get
the
that shit if
companies
it's
are
up to me.
smart,
That's what goddamn true. I tell you.
if companies are smart, whatever they launch day one will sell pretty damn well. So like you gotta put out all your biggest, you know, older games like day one. Because there's, you know, that stuff like Elden Ring day one, I think would sell really
Give me a
well.
Bloodborne.
Stuff like a
consider buying it
Cyberpunk day
again.
one.
Cyberpunk would be
Yeah.
awesome.
See, that's the thing. I wouldn't be. Okay.
What's the
GTA
part
5
you'd be willing to buy on
it's
Switch?
had to
That's my
be
question.
$39.99. Like it had to be $40 first of all. Or
No,
cheap.
no, but think about Cyberpunk with Phantom Liberty. I think that'd be so solid.
No. Cyberpunk is fine. I'm cool with that.
Grand Theft
I'm talking
Auto.
about GTA 5. You put GTA 5 in
Oh,
that bitch
no,
would be
no, they're not doing
Wait,
that. No,
wait,
they're
wait.
not
What
doing
if I got GTA 5 with Mario costumes?
Got him. Gotcha, bitch.
What if you could beat up hookers that look like Princess Peach and Daisy?
That's how you get the Nintendo fans. See,
What if you could
Mario
dress up?
costumes.
What if you could put CJ in a Luigi costume?
Hey, that totally worked for Tekken Tag Tournament, didn't it? Totally worked.
man,
That
it
game
worked for
sold 10
Skyrim.
copies.
Do you think instead of Tekken 8 we would get Tekken 7 on Switch too?
Oh,
Oh
man.
man, the
To be
glory.
fair though, it worked with Skyrim. Remember the Link and the Master Sword costume?
It didn't work. It was
No,
just
Skyrim is just
Hold
Skyrim.
on.
people.
buy shit on
Listen,
everything.
that's already been in the game through
Also,
mods.
that
Come
came
on
out.
now.
Oh no, that didn't come out day one, right? No, that wasn't.
No,
day
it
one.
didn't.
No, that
It
came
was,
out like
it was close though. It was
that
close
fall.
though, right?
No, it wasn't close at all. It was like
It was the
of-
fall where I
It was like
fell off of the
17.
interest of the game.
Still, I think if they're smart though, CD Projekt Red would make a lot of sales off of Cyberpunk day one. That would be a great game to launch.
No,
Switch
yeah,
to.
I'd be down for Cyberpunk.
I think that would be cool in the portable mode of it side of things, but I don't. You could run into.
I already
prob-
got that, so it don't
the
matter
doc-
to me.
That with Elden Ring, that would be the thing that'd kill it for me. Is like that would just be something that'd be cool to play in portable mode. I'm not gonna go to a lesser version on my TV than what I already have, you know. So. But
Not
for a
gonna
lot of
make that.
people
Yeah.
that don't, let's say somebody didn't have Elden Ring, and you know, I don't think it would be like a huge hit, but I think it would be at least a.
I think it would be a really solid hit. Like I think if you launch day one with some of those things, so you
for the
can't wait.
portable
I don't think
side
you
of
can wait.
things.
For a lot of people, that'll still be a compelling situation where, oh, I can play that portably. Not every, you know, obviously, you know, there's what 10 million Steam decks out there, and you add up all the other guys, you might get another 3 million. So there's not a ton of people doing portable anywhere else. So Switch will still be pretty big for a lot of people on that front.
Because I think
And to be fair, that something like Witcher 3 sold really well on Switch. Like
It
way
did sell
closer.
really well.
It sold way closer to the PS4 and Xbox One than I would have thought. Like
Yeah.
way closer to that.
So
So that's why
well.
it's like something like
But
a
that was
Cyberpunk day one.
because that was because of the, oh my gosh, playing that
Yeah.
game portably is that isn't as big of a, you know, what's the word I'm looking for?
selling point.
A selling point. Yeah, that's not as big as a selling point today, but it's still probably decent size enough. Because
But
like
I think if
said,
anyone could pull it
we're
off, it
talking
would be
about maybe
Cyberpunk.
14, 15 million total, like portable PCs out there.
Yeah.
That,
Elden
So-
Rings would be a good fit for all the grinding and stuff, but like I said, when I dock it, that's when I would be.
Well, I mean,
not
from the
interested,
leaks
but,
and rumors, or whatever, that they're saying that the dock is actually going to do something this time.
yeah, but even still, it's not gonna be like even.
It won't be the literal best version in your
will
household.
that bitch have a fucking broadband and
Ethernet
built
port?
into the dock this time?
I think
What the
so.
I
fuck?
don't know.
I mean, you can't go backwards, but Nintendo does go backwards, so we can't say
Yeah.
that. After the OLED, because they very likely won't be an OLED model for the base Switch 2, which
Yeah.
some people are freaking out about. But I'm like, have you seen the Legion Go screen? That's LCD, and that bitch is gorgeous. So it doesn't have to be OLED.
I would like to think it's
Will
just
look good.
like that's the reasoning, but I also think, well, if we hold the OLED for a later date, then that'd give us a reason
Yeah,
to
that's another thing. Yeah.
refresh it. And I was like,
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not surprised by that. I mean, that makes. I don't blame him for that.
I mean, I personally would rather not have to
But
buy
it can't
another
be.
system.
It can't be the Switch One fucking LCD. You can get the hell out of here with that. It has to be an improved LCD at the very least.
for
It
sure.
better have
can't-
some
you can't-
HDR too. I'll be pretty disappointed if it doesn't.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like Nvidia's. I mean, working with Nvidia, like again, honestly, a lot of things in the past 10 years has worked in Nintendo's favor very favorably. That Nvidia's pockets are endless now. They're one of the most richest companies in the last decade. So it's like now they're able to, I'm sure, help them out in some way, give them like cheaper components for something.
And
I
they're
don't know. I'll
about
be
to
curious
reveal
to-
their new GPUs
Well,
in
they
like
have
the
to.
next
They have
20
to have a
minutes.
deal.
Nvidia's
They
gonna
probably got
release-
an amazing.
Oh yeah,
probably got
CES is going on.
Yeah, their 5 series cards. They're saying the 5090 is probably gonna be $2,000.
I hope to see some cool tech that we won't ever get. That's so depressing. You see some cool ass shit at CES. And that
Remember
shit just
the
still hasn't come
AR
out yet.
thing with the Halo lens and stuff? That looked pretty promising.
HoloLens,
but
yeah.
HoloLens.
Yeah. People
Yeah,
actually
that
got
was-
it in their hands. I remember like fucking Metal Jesus. Was it Metal
Yeah.
Jesus that got to play with it? I think.
I wanted to do that. They had a Minecraft thing. Like it was. Oh man, that would have been cool. Oh well.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But gotta try to tap into the Switch 2 hype. I've resubscribed to a couple news tubers like 2 months ago, and man, every day with the Switch, huge leak, huge update on Switch.
Jeez.
No, I don't even
Jeez.
click on the videos, but it is kind of funny to see the headlines.
The headlines stuff. Yeah.
What about okay? Will there be anything different with the Pro controller?
That,
Switch
No.
2?
That would probably be the bigger change.
but would they?
No,
do
I don't think there'll be
I don't
any
think they would
change.
want. I don't think they'd want there to be two different like abilities of the controller. Like
Yeah, I
No,
don't
but
think
I mean, still, like, would they change anything about it? Like,
I think it's
visually or
I think
ergonomically.
it's
I
gonna
don't
look
think so.
different, but not that much different. I don't think they're gonna take a big swing and change it up, but I think the layout, everything's gonna stay pretty much the same. Just maybe a slight.
Yeah, I think it'll be the same.
I think it'll be easy to identify it.
Controllers, they're all triggers on that bitch. I know that much, Nintendo. Bullshit.
Well, technically
wouldn't
you'll be able
wait-
to use your
Wait,
Pro controller on the new one.
no, that's wrong.
You think so?
Technically. Well, can't you just use
yeah.
Bluetooth? You use Bluetooth controllers, right?
Theoretically,
so.
Unless
that
they
is
don't,
true.
unless they don't allow that anymore, So technically,
Unless they're
Unless they
without
pull a
that extra
Sony-
button or whatever.
oh,
PS4
that's
to
true.
PS5, can't do that. So.
That's true. Yeah.
And
I
again,
don't know, we'll see, I don't know.
It's crazy because 2017, the Switch Pro controller was $69.99, and I remember like earlier this year, people were complaining about the PS5 controller being $75.99, and I'm like, it's like the Switch Pro controller is still $70, and this PS5 has so much more tech in it at this state, and that was like.
Hey guys, inflation
That
and
was
the
8
economy.
years ago.
And-
The Pro controller for the Switch was 80 or 70, and then the dock was
Yeah.
90. Like, man, they really went for the.
Oh, they
the
made their
jugglers.
money.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, we got to re-up after Wii U. God damn it, we gonna make some money.
Well, they only got the one Pro controller purchase. I still have my day 2 Pro controller I got at Target the next day after the system came out. still use it.
There
I
you
bought
go.
2, but then the fucking third-party ones started just getting
my
so
third-party
good. I
one
don't even
got
care. I mean, this
Oh.
bitch
See?
is fantastic.
Which
I
one is
love
that?
this.
Well, that's an Xbox One controller.
There's
No,
that
no.
one that's like $80.
This is a Switch
No,
third-party.
I know, but it looks exactly like
Oh
Xbox
yeah.
One.
Who made this? I think this
Is that the one that
Nixie.
was like $70? Or is that a cheaper one?
No, this is like $30.
Because there's one that looks pretty much just like a Xbox Series X controller, and
Fucking
it's
feels
it's
good.
$80.
It's lighter, and it does everything. Oh, turn my damn
Well,
system
do you
on.
like it light or do you like it a little bit heavier?
No, I don't like it light. I like them. I like them a little with a little bit of weight. Yeah,
Yeah.
because that was one of my problems with the. I'm going way back. The Sega Saturn controller. That bitch is super light, and I hate that thing.
Oh, yeah.
I hate it for that. Or ergonomically, it feels great, but this is like the
You'd be
perfect
like
weight.
lifting up. What the hell?
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
perfect weight. Like if they
Okay.
can make a controller with this weight, that'd be great.
I gotta find this thing because they even have it at Myers. They have this controller. It's $69.99. It's a third party. It has the magnet. What do they call those analog sticks? So no drift.
Well, I don't know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about.
We're gonna be in our fucking 50s this time in the generation for the Switch 2. This at this point in the Switch 1's life, Switch 2 in this same point, we're gonna be some old motherfuckers.
Yep.
The
Hall effect. Joy-Cons.
Already graying in this motherfucker. This
Yeah.
shit right, this
Look at
bullshit.
All my sideburns are completely white now.
I had some white hairs the other day. I was like, oh shit.
What the hell out.
Back in my day when we used to play on the Wii.
Yeah,
boy.
Hit him with that woo.
That was some good time on the Wii. We had a lot of fun playing with my Wii.
I hate the way you're talking because it's reminding me of a time that I'm not a part of, but I remember a little bit too well.
Shit.
I need you to stop tapping into some dark memories. Chill out. It's scared the shit out
I
of me.
cannot remember the name of that controller.
Lord.
But yeah, there's like I almost bought it like 3 different times. The Switch Pro controller.
God damn. The trauma, please.
But anyway,
Man, it's going to be a very exciting day. Waking up and seeing.
I think depending on the timing, what do you guys think about trying to do a live reaction to this reveal if they announce it enough days in advance where we could schedule it?
I'm sure.
I mean, it depends on the day. Honestly, it's just gonna depend on the day.
Yeah, it depends on the day and the time.
To do that.
What are you talking about? You just take the time off. That's what you do.
If they give us enough notice.
I mean,
if it's like
it depends on what's going on, man.
It might be like,
sorry,
Donnie. 2 days. Whoa, in 2 days.
Yeah, if it's like tomorrow and I don't get 24 hours.
They might do some reveal thing, it really just depends what the hell.
I mean, I think for something like that, I think it'll be they'll give
at
it
least
some
a
time.
week.
I think it'll be at least a week.
Something like that.
That would be cool. I mean,
because you want as many people to tune in.
Have we done something like that since the Bayonetta reveal? Like done a live reaction as a group?
We did the Bayonetta reveal as a live reaction?
I was gonna say
we did
that.
I mean, I could be wrong. I just don't remember.
Bayonetta who?
The Bayonetta reveal for Smash. I thought we were doing a live stream.
Oh no!
Like Red Knight. I think.
Oh.
The beta to Smash Wii U.
Yeah, the reveal for Bayonetta.
That was the last thing we did good live. Damn.
I was probably in school at that time.
I blame the Game Awards.
I blame Jeff.
Because we should be streaming that shit together.
No, we did the Game Awards one time.
I feel like you didn't want to watch it.
It was just saying, a bad show. He never even uploaded, even though we had fun making fun of everything.
We had it.
I remember that shit was hilarious.
And I always wish I could see that again. It was hilarious.
That shit was hilarious, bro.
I just saw the podcast where we talked
about it. Like I ain't even waste my time.
That man was traumatized.
I remember cracking up over that shit.
That man was traumatized.
Is that the one with that dude you had in your game of the year? That what's his name?
Joe McHale.
Joe, Wasn't that the one?
No,
he
no, that was
hosted?
like 2 years before that.
That was
No,
yeah, that was
this
a
was the
while.
one with it was a Splatoon one, and it was like the second ever Game Awards.
This is
And it
that,
was-
con-
they
this
had-
is
Was
that
that the
controller
one-
I was talking
Was
about, by
that
the
the
way.
one with Cranky Kong, bro? That shit was hilarious.
Mm.
No, that was 2013. That was a
No,
VGX.
no, I'm saying the one with Joe McHale.
Joe McHale? Yeah, that was the one with Crank Con.
That shit was hilarious.
Hilarious.
bro.
So
Hilarious.
doesn't this controller look familiar to like
Oh yeah,
Xbox?
Isn't it just the? You say it's just the
That's-
Xbox.
This is an
controller.
$80 third-party controller. I've
Yeah,
almost bought
fuck
it
off.
3 times.
why?
I heard it's like amazing. Like the sticks are great. It's got like
Well, if it's like a
back buttons.
I like that D-pad though.
Yeah, it's got. Everyone says
Is that
it's
like the clicky D-pad from the Xbox?
pretty much.
yeah, it looks very similar.
So they have like this in actual at Myers by my house. They have these. This is currently unavailable. They have.
What you gonna do with that?
I was gonna get it's for Switch.
Oh, okay.
What
It's
the
the Switch
wait,
controller.
What you think you about to do with that, huh? You about to
I don't
game?
like the new one. The new
Ain't no
one,
motherfucking way.
I don't like the
Yeah, the
changes.
same thing
You
as the
must
Xbox.
Controller for the Switch.
Stick.
I just like the idea that T walked up on Juice in the middle of a dark house. What you think you buying?
What you
Yeah.
doing?
I mean, it's been two years ago. I was gonna buy it. I should have just
Oh,
did it.
Well, yeah, I
It's a
mean,
little-
then you would have had
it's a little late to be spending $80 on a
Yeah,
Switch
that's
controller.
why I hesitated because like, man, it's $80 for a third party like Chinese
That
controller.
third party
Yeah,
Switch controller.
But that has the same. I actually don't like. They have the little If you, it's like the little grip on the analog stick, like the
Yeah.
little circle.
Yeah.
When you zoomed in, it shows the little thing. Sometimes, like I don't know why, but it's like shit gets underneath there. I'm like, what is that? What's going on?
Yeah,
man?
you get all kind of credit. That's what I get on
Yeah.
my
Oh, Donnie
my
says his
Xbox
button
controller does
stops.
that
on the
shit.
Xbox. It's only the
It gets-
Xboxes.
Yeah, it gets all cruddy inside the little circle.
Yeah, you gotta like.
I don't-
Then you're
I
like,
don't like
what the? I'm like, come on, I know if
Yeah.
you wash my hands. Come on here.
Wash your motherfucking hands, man.
Scratching your nuts playing video games. That's what it is.
Dirty little bastard.
It's nut crud. That's,
Oh, stop talking. We're done.
All
We're
right.
done.
I was just about to wrap it up anyway. So
that's how we wrap it up right there.
fun
nut crud.
podcast. Fun.
Please stop talking.
Shout out to Jason from Clocked It for his video he put out. Basically,
Oh yeah, that was.
Ah,
Jason
Video.
from Clocked It. Let's get it,
Fantastic.
boy.
and his daughter with the piano. Excellent.
fantastic. I cried. I cried.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I was messaging him. I didn't know like most of those songs. I was like, I don't know. I know the song, but I can't think of the game.
Really?
Yeah, and then no, I mean this is just I used to
Don't do
I
it.
used to play guitar, and this used
Tread
to happen to
lightly.
me all the time. To me, I'm playing it, and it sounds just like the song, and people are like, oh, fuck, I can't think of what that is. It's because I'm playing it slightly
Yeah.
slower, slightly off rhythm. And, so that happens, but it was...
I thought she played those songs perfectly though. Like it was on.
Yeah.
pace, like,
I listened
the-
to the underwater Mario, and it was like half speed compared to the actual game.
It was a little slower, but I knew
That's
it
what
was.
threw me
Yeah, but
off.
it's
I
like
was like, that's the
speed
underwater
or-
music, but I was like, I'm not sure 100%. And then I was like, at the end, I was like, oh, that's it. And then I just listened to it, and it was like, yeah, it's about maybe 60, 70% the speed. But either that, I was getting completely fooled. I got fooled by one I'm ashamed of.
Wait, was it Mario Underwater, or was it like
It was the
the Bay music from Mario 64?
it was the Mario 64. That's what I was
Okay.
saying.
Yeah,
Okay.
Mars-
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite fucking
Which
video
one?
game tracks of all times.
Yeah.
So
One stumped me though, and I was so mad at myself. And then I was like, oh, it's Robert. It's got to be like Earthbound or something. One of his like all-time
Yeah, I was curious
favorites.
as what he was. I'm like, I have a feeling he's gonna put Mario Galaxy in
And
that
then it
case,
was
probably.
yeah, it was
Yeah,
Mario
Mario
Galaxy,
Galaxy
but
makes the
again,
most
I
sense.
wasn't used to hearing like a slightly slower piano version. So I was like, I thought it was the main
Well, yeah,
hub
I mean
world.
that's
Like I was thinking
orchestra.
Rosalina's music, but I was like, no, it's just the main. What do you call it?
Wasn't it the Common Observatory?
Yeah,
The-
yeah, the observatory.
But I didn't like. I asked before. I didn't try to guess it long enough. I think I would have came to it if I would have waited. I was like immediately, what's that song? God damn it! It sounds so familiar. He's like, man, come on, come on. But
Oh yeah, good point, Donnie. That's another thing about them third-party controllers. I mean, what that bitch dies in a couple months,
Yeah.
he'd be pissed.
I don't know
He'd be pissed he
Donnie's.
spent that much
I don't
money.
know Donnie's playtime though. When I was on Sandstorm, recapping, and this dude had like 600-700 hours on his Switch and like 300-400-500 hours on his PS5 because of Marvel Rivals. I'm like, damn, like my Switch time's 36 hours, and he had like 600. Whoever, I don't know who the guy was. I don't know how it done.
Yeah, I was scrolling on Twitter, man. A lot of people got some high ass hours on Switch, man. There's a lot of we're always in that kind of bowl, but when you look, there are a lot of people that just, well, for him it sounds like he plays multiple platforms, but they just play Switch and they just got these huge ass hours. Like, damn.
Well, retro
Crazy.
Like having 1,000 hours on Animal Crossing. And shit.
Oh, well, retro. Well, I've seen a 9,999, and that's
Come
the highest you
on.
can go. Yeah,
What?
insane. And it's the highest you could go. It doesn't go to 10,000 hours. It stops tracking it. It's bro, like, bro,
It goes to
stop
call
playing.
the authorities and come get you some
Stop
help.
playing.
Yeah, that's when you got a problem right there.
That's insane.
I didn't know it's possible.
How do you get anything else
9,999.
done in your life? There's no way you have a job. There's no way you have that many hours, and you have a job.
Like, even if I was a kid, I couldn't spend that much time.
Unless you're.
on
Yeah,
one
I don't.
fucking-
Yeah, I can't even imagine in my whole lifetime playing one game for 9,999
How much?
hours.
I mean, I played Rocket League every day for a couple years. I have like 15.
And that'd be
hours.
probably exactly. So imagine. I don't know. That's insane to me. Like,
Imagine 8 times that. Motherfucker. What? What?
Where's Steam?
crazy. And again, it stops tracking it, so it's likely over.
Yeah.
It's likely.
Well, there's that
10,000
one of the guys at my friends list had 4,000 hours on like YouTube on his Switch. I'm like, why would you use your
What?
Switch for YouTube?
Yeah, why are you killing your components watching YouTube on Switch? That's crazy.
It is nice on the bigger OLED screen compared to my phone. But I hardly ever use it for YouTube. Like, I've only done it a couple times. And I'm like, oh yeah, this
There's
is.
so many other devices you could be wasting that clock hours on.
And then there's
know what I mean?
somebody has a lot of hours in Fortnite too.
Oh, what, dude? I'm sure people have. There's probably someone that has like
My
100.
kids got crazy hours on Fortnite on
I'm
the
sure some
Switch.
people have
Let's
some
see,
insane
Rocket
ones, right?
League.
But it's
Man,
literally,
my-
but that's
I
because
have
they
Minecraft,
really
too.
only play that.
I have 931 hours on PC on Rocket League, and I think I had 300 hours on Switch, but it got erased when I transferred.
I mean, if you added up your total for the year for every single platform, every single game, and you only played one game, I guess it would add up to that. Because
I
there are
think
some people
so.
that just play, they literally just play like 1-2 games max their whole life. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
well,
that's
World
like
of Warcraft, my
Madden and Call of Duty.
guy I work with, he's
Yeah.
been playing World of Warcraft for
Wow, I was gonna
20
say WoW
years.
was probably
15 years or whatever. He has
So you would think it adds
his is
up,
in.
yeah, I
He
mean,
can't even measure it in hours. It's in like days, but like hundreds of
Days.
days, I think. Like
even
I mean,
what was before that? It was the fucking Sony game. Fuck was the RPG that was on PC that everybody used to play? But EverQuest. That was huge too. Like I'm sure people used to like the
Or
entire
RuneScape?
life lived on that
You'll
game on
probably play a lot of
EverQuest.
well, that's people get married in World
Get
of
married,
Warcraft.
yeah.
World of Warcraft,
Yeah.
like from
And
either
And
that
live
was the lifestyle,
married
yeah.
lives
in the
in
game.
their fucking game. Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
mean, hey, some people make it their lifestyle. One game.
At
I
that
don't know,
time, I
man.
think it's appropriate to say touch grass. I don't
Leave
use
me and my
I don't
wife
like that
alone. How
term.
dare you?
I don't like that
Well,
term
also, at
really,
that point,
but
like, I always say, like, if you only play one game, right? You don't like video games. You like Fortnite.
you like that one
You-
game. Yeah.
You don't like video games. You like World of Warcraft. That's you know what I
Right.
mean.
What the hell?
mean,
Rocket
you're-
League's
you-
trying
that's
to
what you enjoy.
download 20.
But is that person a gamer?
No.
He
That is
games,
the
but
question.
he doesn't like video games.
But
He
I'm
just
saying,
games.
some people will say that's not a gamer. You only play one game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
You know,
he
People put
actually games.
barriers
He
and
actually games. But he only
fucking
plays a game, one game.
yeah.
You know, and so that's why it's always like, well, you don't like. It's just like like I like basketball, but I don't love it like that. But like, let's say like I wouldn't say I like sports. I like basketball. You know what I mean? Like that's just what it is.
Yeah.
Nobody
this is
likes
how-
basketball.
know?
Ain't nobody watching that.
I
shit anymore.
like. I mean, I don't watch basketball, but and like the NFL's all really care about, but I still. People talk about college football or basketball. I can still engage in that. I'm still interested. I still like to know who
it's still
wins,
interesting.
but I'm not like watching the games.
Yeah.
So I'm not like.
Why should I watch the game when the fucking players don't even want to show up to it? Fuck out of there. I ain't watching that shit.
I'm not some like mega
All
like
the star players
everything
just sitting out
sports.
because they're load managing and shit. I ain't watching
Yeah.
that shit.
There's
Also,
dudes.
someone like my dad loves every sport. Like that's just
There's
he loves
guys that like
sports.
every night they're
Yeah,
watching whatever college football bowl game's on. They're watching whatever sport is on. Like all like they just love competition.
Well, they fucking watch Sports Center and they watch the entire goddamn thing. It's not just for the sport they want. Well,
Well, gambling
obviously they
helps.
watch everything.
Gambling's pushed a lot of people to paying
Yeah,
more
that's
attention
true.
to that stuff, but
That's true.
um,
It's unfortunate.
but yeah, like it just blows my mind that someone could have that many hours in a game. Like, and it's not
Yeah,
even
I
that.
don't.
What game was it?
Well, like it was stuff like Animal Crossing. That
Animal
shit came out
Crossing. That
5 years
hasn't been
ago.
out. Yeah, that hasn't been out long enough for that to be real.
If it's a decade, I'm like, all right, it adds up in hours, but like a lot of it. But like,
What was that,
5
2020,
years?
right?
2020. So technically less than 5 years. Still March 2020. So it's like,
You
it's
can
like,
calculate.
oh my.
I don't even think that's possible.
Let me see. Well, I mean, I've seen 9,999. I mean, maybe it's not from Animal Crossing, but it's from games. I've
So
seen that.
divided by
It's on my friends list. Literally, it's
divided
on
by
my friends list. I've
60.
seen people.
Or wait, not 60. 24. That's what I wanted.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say what game?
That's
It has to be
416 days.
Holy shit. I mean, that adds up. Know, that's it. Well,
So
40. Well,
technically, I mean, and then you got to sleep and stuff. But yeah, that
9,999
might just
divided by four. Was it 400?
416 days.
So on average, oh
I
right,
feel counts in days too.
because well,
But that's a full 24
trying to figure what
hours.
the average would be like. The
So
average,
you got to figure. That's
well, hold on. So 365 times 4 or 5. We'll just round it up. 5.
yeah, that's
Can you divide that?
5 hours a day. That's a job, dude.
And then 1,800 days. So 9,999 divided by 1,825. That would be 5 hours a day. 5.5 hours a day. Oh my god! Wait, that sounds insane. How can you play 5 hours a day of Animal
That's
Crossing?
insanity.
And that's rounding up. So
Mhm.
almost 6 hours of Animal Crossing every day.
You're averaging 6 hours a day.
5 years later, and again the counter stops.
6
Even
hours. Again, that's a
Holy-
job, motherfucker. That's not.
Holy shit, that's
Gaming.
incredible. There's literally, I'm telling you, I've seen. Maybe it's not Animal Crossing, but I'm telling you, it's within the Switch generation, regardless. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn.
I'm
That's
like, there's not a game I like that much that I would spend
So let's
6
9
hours a day
years,
in.
16.
5 years later.
Yeah.
1600.
Hell,
I-
3 years
I
later.
I put in a lot of hours, within that first year, and
Yeah.
and especially that first, I'll do my 24 hours. I'll play all my whole day,
Right.
but like 5 years later, you're still playing 6 hours each day. I mean, hey,
What are you
that's
doing? You
I
must
don't
have
even know
like
how to-
a fucking mansion or a few. Or
yeah,
a few,
I'm like, hey, look, they won
you
the
got
lottery. or
mansions.
something. Look, hey, look, if you won the lottery, you got, hey man, you live in your life, man. Enjoy it.
Anyway, that's crazy.
I want to see your island. Dude.
Yeah, no, and then
Well,
watch
yeah,
your
better
island
be
be
pretty
nothing.
awesome.
Must be
The island's
insane.
very empty. What? What the hell you been doing?
Then you gotta self delete at that point. I mean, you got nothing on your island, and you put that much
Better
time
be
in
the
it?
best freaking island ever.
It has to be. It's
So
gotta
anyway,
be.
we'll get out of here and
Oh, we're still on.
yeah, we're still on. We'll be back. We'll be back
I
next
know
week.
we're still on.
Peace out.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I think you
Wow.
could build in Minecraft. You could build a